NCRP Productions presents Part 2 to Ocean's 3, a one-page RPG rendition of The Honey Heist.
Hey all, welcome to episode 2 of Honey Heist. That's right, we are back playing Honey Heist. We have, starting with my left,
this is Sequoia, and I'm playing Maude. She's a honey badger.
Alright, this is Ty. I'm running Neo Northwest, our resident black bear rookie, and I'm the brains of this operation.
And this is Barry. I'm playing Ralph, little unhinged, and I'm the hacker.
That's right, and boy, have they done some stuff in that first episode. So now, just to kind of give a little recap, these bears have a very complex plan to find and steal this mound, this treasure trove of honey that has been collected here at the HoneyCon 2020 to be put in a honey repository. Now, there are literal tons and tons of honey, and it's their job to steal it if they're able to. Now, where we last left off, they are currently in one of the offices in the little administration area of this convention center, and they have locked themselves in, accessed a computer thanks to the hacking skills of Ralph, and they have found out not only the path of Sam Boone, the descendant of Daniel Boone, who is seemingly hunting for bears, and what they realized is through the email that somebody either knew that bears were going to be here, meaning that either someone knew they were here, or maybe there's a second group of bears, but it was known that bears would be here. And it seems that the organizer and owner of this convention center, Otso Bjorn, is the one that hired Sam Boone. Now, they now have a bit of a list of directions Sam's going, so they have a little maybe advantage against Sam, but getting into the office was a little bit difficult, and some noise, while breaking in was successful, there was some noise to be made, as well as blundering to get past some guards to also lead them to maybe Sam's on her way. Now, let's go ahead and zoom back in to this office room that's covered in smoke from a very special cigarette.
We were hotboxing it.
Yeah, well, specifically one of you three.
It might have been me!
Yeah, it might have been. We're not sure. Listen to the first episode. And so now we cut to them all crowded around a computer, having learned this. Maybe they'll want to find something else on the computer, or maybe they got to hightail it out of there. How much time do you have? Let's get back into Honey Heist.
One more thing on that computer, and then we gotta go. I don't think my little cougar distraction is gonna work for very much longer.
I do need help with my Facebook. Thank you for remembering.
I'm not sure it's going to work on this computer.
It's quite an old computer. You could probably boot up Facebook, but it's going to take a little bit of time. This internet is not that fast.
Did you get off the phone yet?
Oh, good lord, I hung up a while ago.
Good. So we've got Sam's scheme route. Wow, no words coming to me right now. Gonna have to take another drag of this. Okay, I'm good.
Okay. Well, is there anything else we need other than Facebook?
There was a nice recipe for some brownies I heard about.
I like brownies. We can make brownies.
We could make brownies.
Guys, this is not the time for this! We're trying to steal honey! We're supposed to grab it all and retire to them!
All right.
Okay, so a couple things that I've been wondering about. How are we going to get the honey out of the vault? Not meaning how we're going to get into the vault, but how are we going to get it out?
Snuffles.
No, I get that, but how are we getting it to Snuffles?
We covered this. If you'll remember, back in the smoky, dim-lit bar, we discussed how there was a river right behind the storage room. We're going to drill a hole in the wall with this mortar and pestle that I've smuggled in. It's going to take a while. We have a lot of tensile strength. I think we've got it. We drill a hole in the wall. We funnel the honey out into the preordained barrels, roll it down the river.
That was...
Do we know? Is the honey in barrels now, or are we going to have to transfer it? We don't know. Let's check the computer.
I was seeing if one of you wanted to do a flashback to see if you know. But yes, so
Flashback on flashback.
yeah, flashback.
And within the flashback,
And now we're to paradox territory.
So, you guys would have done basic research as much as you can. So there was
we're bears.
yeah, basic bear research.
The bare necessities
yes.
of the research.
The bear is yes. You
look
gotta,
over here, I'm all claws. I don't
Once
think I was
again-
doing a whole lot of research.
If anybody's keeping track, Barry is leading on the pun score with 7.
Woohoo.
Ty with 1. Good job, Ty.
But a
You
good
got
one.
on the board.
But a good one.
Sequoia, you have 3. And I have at least 1. So,
I thought we rescinded that one.
no, I had 2, and then we rescinded that one.
Okay.
No, I'm keeping track. Yes, because that was a terrible one that I did. So, you know that they are going to be in some form of container. Now, they're going to be parceled out because they're different, strains and brands and everything, all kinds of honey. Enough honey that you could have honey for the rest of your little bear lives and have a different one probably each, let's say, week. I don't know how long bears actually live, to be honest. There's a lot of honey.
I'm not fatalistic enough to have considered the end of my life, so...
The point being there's enough honey to last you the rest of your life.
Okay, all right. And right now we're going to have to cut it 4 ways. I mean, Snuffles is going to be in for something.
10%.
10%.
10%.
Oh, good. So, at this point then,
He's just dragging the car.
couple of thoughts that we have to come up with. One,
Can we come up with them outside of the office?
yeah, I think that's good.
Then let's go.
I am going to turn off the computer.
Yes. So you flick off the computer and you hear the engine of the computer kind of running down. Run, dun, 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 dun.
Good. All right. Well, let's get out of here. So, is there only the door out into the hallway, or is there another door?
As of right now, there's only one door in this room.
Okay.
And let me see here. So at the time, I believe, yes, they were screening the Bee-pocalypse, Life After Bees. So at this point, it's coming up a little bit closer to 2 o'clock, we'll say. Which, at 2 o'clock, based on your itinerary, is when actually Sam Boone has her lecture.
Oh my gosh, this is our chance.
Once again, which is Bear Essentials, Defense and Management of Bears. So you have we'll say about 20 minutes until her
You want
lecture.
to move up your schedule a little bit?
I think we gotta.
I think we need to. I think we've got our best chance.
She's having that lecture at the stage, right? At the theater?
Uh-huh.
If only we had this event schedule back in the bar.
Perhaps you did. It would require something.
Let's. Which way do I move?
You have to move. So you go from bear to criminal. So you have to move.
Gotcha. Okay.
Some of those
So-
stage lights are pretty big. It would be
So
a very
it's a
unfortunate
good
accident.
I remember.
Oh, you mean murdering her? I meant getting the honey.
Oh,
She'll be tied up on the stage.
I thought we were gonna kill her first. So.
I thought that was
I'm open to
You said
either.
3:30 for killing her.
for
so
Trudy.
My schedule's pretty open today, I think.
Okay.
I
all
think
right.
stealing the honey would be a lot easier if she was out of the way.
I'm
So,
picking up what you're putting down.
Back at the bar, back in the room, it just so happens that I was able to find the itinerary, the early events release. I was able to hack my way in and get a copy of the early events. So we know when she's going to be, where she's going to be, as far as the event group. So between now, 2 o'clock, and 11, I'm going to say 10:30 when the repository is closed, we need to get the honey out.
Yes.
I do like the brains of the operations idea about maybe taking her out now.
I think you're onto something there, kid.
What do you think?
Well, no offense to us two guys, but I don't think we're gonna be crawling around on top of those stage lights.
That's you're right.
Leave the
Is it-
carnage to me.
Although you are better climbing than she is.
This is a good point. Being such a veritable blackberry as you are.
Let me take a look at the frame again real quick. I better make sure it's gonna hold me. Younger than I was, I definitely made that miscalculation.
So we'll finish going our way down the hallway and out through the offices if no one's there. And is her lecture also in the theater
Yes.
auditorium? Okay.
Yes, all of the main events and
Are in the
lectures
theater.
are in the theater.
Okay. So in that case, then let's go to the door and take a peek in. I figure that Maude's head comes around.
Yeah. So as the 3 bear heads pop out,
Maude's and
yes.
Neil's on top and mine on the very top.
So as you peek your head out, you can. I mean, there's not much. So there's not much hustle and bustle from the actual patrons of here. You'll actually, because the door has been busted open, you'll see a couple people kind of going by. But what you do hear is from down the hall, you can hear the boot steps of multiple people, which based on the guards you've seen and their outfits, you know those are guards coming.
Maybe we go back through the lobby and we're looking into the theater from the southern edge.
They are coming from the theater side.
Yeah, so here.
Yes.
They're coming here towards here. They're
Yes.
coming from the north edge. Yeah, let's go through the middle of the lobby.
Is
and
there
down
not
to
a
the
door
south side.
on the other side?
There is a door all the way down this hallway, but you know that there are receptionists working here in the front. So
fair
you
enough.
could go down that hallway, but you're gonna have to find a way to, not let everybody know you're bears.
I casual.
Okay, casual. Okay, so we're going down the hallway?
Yep.
All right, down the hallway. We're not going through the lobby. We'll go
Okay, you're going down the hallway.
Yep.
All right, excellent.
We're acting like humans.
So acting like humans, which is working
Phones out,
great this
cigarettes.
whole time. So yeah, so
Well, you guys have cigarettes. I have a vape.
you'll cruise down. The next office down, you're gonna see actually does have lights on in it. Somebody is in there. You're gonna hear a very heated discussion going on the inside. If you pass by, since you're not taking much time for it, it sounds like somebody arguing over prices. For something, it sounds like
Completely unimportant.
yes.
We're getting the honey for free.
Yes, and then you'll continue on, and now
So I want to make sure, as we have seen from many a star on stage and television, if we go up on tippy toes, apparently we move quieter.
that is in fact true. Yes.
So I am going to most certainly do that. Tippy
Yes.
toes down the hall.
You are going very quietly.
Very
and-
smart. I'm surprised I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Now the receptionists are at the front. There, there's 2 of them up front. They're going to be twins, and one of them right now is actually on the phone talking, and the other one is currently helping somebody out at the front, just kind of directing. Oh yeah, you got to go down this hallway here, and I'll take you to the auditorium. And yes, the brewmaster is actually at the far right corner. Yeah, he makes a very good mead. Yeah. Oh yeah. And so then you're sneaking up behind it. Okay, I need whoever is the lead sneaker. You guys can choose. Is going to have to make me a criminal roll to pass by.
I think I will be the lead sneaker.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Would
Sneak
not be
away.
It won't be a hacker roll, so I'm rolling the single die, and finally a success.
Okay, which is success in the criminal. When your plan goes off without a hitch, it means you move 1 from bear over to criminal.
Perfect.
Excellent. So yes, so you easily sneak by on your tippy toes. The person who is talking to the receptionist sees you and just kind of like notices as you're walking by, acting casual. Do any of you like nod or wave?
Tip my crown to her.
No, that one will wave. As you look out near the fountain, you can see that one girl that's kind of been eyeballing you the whole time, just kind of like
So wait,
point
she's
over.
way over there. We're coming out here, right?
Yeah, you guys are passing this center area
Where's the
right
fountain?
here. Sorry, the fountain's like right
Ah,
here.
okay.
Yeah. No, and she just kind of points and like waves at you.
Wave at the
Wave.
little girl.
Yeah. Your
Come
little,
on, Mom.
the little honey badger hand rises up above the desk, and she then gets tugged away by the mom. It seems to just be dragging her all over this place for some reason. And yeah, so then you'll make it past. Now down just before the door, or just before the next turn to kind of head towards the door, you do see that there is a door that has a key card / like keypad that, it says administrators, or it says Otso's name on it. It says Otso Born.
So I've got to assume that's the way upstairs.
Yes, and this looks like they probably took a lot of the budget for the computer you were using and pumped it into this little security thing right here. And then then you'll pass this other office where somebody is also inside doing paperwork or something boring like that. And yeah, so then you'll get to the very end. There is the door, which you can easily open. Now, as you get to that door, that's when those boot prints, or the boot steps you heard, come up at the top of that hallway.
Northern end, we're at the southern end.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
they stop, and you'll hear like, yeah, whatever happened, it went through this door, it's busted, and then you're gonna hear the chilling voice of Sam Boone as she says, "Looks like this was the work of a honey badger," and then you just hear like a scratch, and then like a big old. Maude, how old are you?
That's none of your business.
She says, yeah, it's about I don't know, equivalent of 45 in human years.
That's a little modest, but all right.
I was waiting for you to go high. It's got to be an
Savage.
80-year-old
Yeah.
honey badger, and she goes, "What? I'm going after her."
45 is not too bad. I'll take it.
Rabid.
She'll take it.
It's been
Has
45
some kind
for
of-
12 years.
Human-like scent on it. And then you can hear the grin in her voice as she taps something on her chest.
Oh boy.
And so, yeah, so then you will see, now as you guys are going to open that door and you look back, you're going to see Sam just kind of step around the corner.
Oh,
and you
boy.
can see her at the top of the thing, and you see she has her hunting rifle out, and she comes, kneels down, looks up. Who's last out the door?
That would be me.
That'd be you.
I'll take
She kneels down, picks something up. It looks like fur. Looks up and sees you as you're looking back. You took 1 second to look back. Now she is gonna go ahead and see if she can see you.
Oh no.
Sam is a little special. Normally I would only roll 4 die. She
Only 4.
gets an extra
Oh,
die.
great.
Oh my God! Thankfully, Neil has the highest
Yes.
HBC,
Yep, that was my idea.
HPS.
HBS.
All right,
Oh,
so 10,
dear
18. That is a 21.
Oh
That
my
is
god.
3 more.
Yes. And you see that she locks eyes with you and a smile comes across your face. And you just see she stands up and just starts raising and leveling the rifle to you. What do you do?
Go through the door and close it.
Okay, yeah. So, you are gonna hear the rifle go. Actually, let me ask you this. You're gonna have to try and dodge out of the way. Are you gonna do this in a bear fashion or a criminal fashion?
Bear fashion.
Ah.
Fight for my life. for this
Okay,
boy.
you're gonna use your instincts to try and
1 die, unless it ties to something.
Bear
right?
stuff. You roll 2.
No, stuff. Oh yeah, no. So that's a 2. That's what you have to roll to count as a success. You have to roll that or under. If you have something that, if you're gonna use your smarts or your bear action,
Or
whatever
if you
your bear
say
type
climb
is.
the wall, being
Yeah.
a black bear.
If you can use your bear action or your smarts in some way. If you can think of something, then you can use that. But that would be more criminal. If you're gonna use your bear, how are you gonna use climbing to get out of this? That's the only way.
I'm gonna climb over Ralph.
Okay, so I'll take it. 'Cause Sam's dangerous.
I like it because if he climbs over me, she may not know I'm a bear, and she has to pull the rifle back
That's
because
right.
don't want to shoot a human.
Well, I'm shot.
Okay, so
What was your roll?
It's 4.
roll the 4. Yeah. So she takes the shot. It rings out. You do get hit with the bullet. We will say, let's see. So you're
What about the
running and
WBC?
climbing. It's gonna be in the
Tail
meat.
goes this way.
It'll be in the meat of your thigh.
Is it a bullet or is it one of those tranquilizers with the floofs at the end?
It's
Ah.
Samantha Boone.
Yeah. This is the Samantha Boone. She doesn't aim to tranquilize.
Oh boy.
Something we
see,
didn't know.
The nice thing is, though, is you are a bear, so one bullet is not going to take you down, but it hurts. Now you failed your bear roll.
Mm-hmm.
How do you react as a bear failing and crying out, or should I say, roaring out in pain? So tell me what you do as a bear, because you guys are going to have to run, but now you guys have a bear that's been shot.
Well, I've been planning for this for a while, so as much as the gunshot was a clue to everyone, I'm just gonna go, "She's got a gun!"
Okay, excellent. And yeah, you let out a roar, so people in the lobby kind of hear that. Mind you, there's not many people, but people are going to hear that. That could just be you crying out in pain.
Where are people in the auditorium, in the theater, waiting for Sam? Are people milling?
Yeah, people.
Quick look around. Where are people?
So
We're in that southern hallway between the lobby and the theater. Where are people?
Most of the people at this point that are going to be kind of actually, you know what? Yeah, most of the people are going to be in the theater at this point. They're kind of
the lobby
going in
is
there.
pretty.
Yeah, the lobby is pretty sparse.
So I'm gonna look at you two. I'm gonna yell scatter, and I'm gonna run towards the auditorium.
Okay, excellent. So you'll run towards the auditorium. Ty, Neil. Where is Neil going?
Theater.
Theater. Okay, Neil is going to the theater. You can go to the southern portion of the theater. And where's Maude going?
Kitchen.
The kitchen.
Where is the kitchen?
I'm a little peckish.
The kitchen is up north.
Oh dear God.
So you will have to kind of skirt either around the fountain, or you can duck underneath and go north
I
towards the
think
kitchen.
underneath would make the most sense for me, so I'm gonna kind of, scabber on my little claws underneath it.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, so you'll actually, by the time you reach the desk, mind you, let's go take a step back. So the gunshot rings out, and you're gonna hear several people kind of, actually, it's weird. They don't react as much to just the gunshot. More of people, you'll see people looking around. You'll see a couple people, are there cougars around? You'll see a couple people grab kids.
We have the cougars.
Yeah, there's cougars everywhere. So they think if you hear a gunshot, it's probably a cougar. You actually, Maude, as you see, as you're going north, you'll look back. You actually see a cougar dip out from behind a trash can near the entrance and just kind of run off into the distance.
God.
So
They're everywhere. They're like weevils.
Yes, they are. They're everywhere. So by the time you get to the counter, you can hear the bootsteps of Sam walking down the hallway.
Okay.
It doesn't sound like she's running, which is interesting. The other guards, it seems, aren't following her either. They've gone a different way. But as you pass, she stops, and you can keep going. But she kind of stops, and you hear her kind of sniff the air.
Ooh, I think I'm gonna keep going.
So yeah, you keep going.
call.
You
I'm gonna
keep scampering.
Yeah, I'm scampering.
Yeah. And so, yeah, you're able to make it north towards the kitchen. You'll actually, as you get around to the bend, you'll see a couple guards as you stand up kind of run past you, actually, and head towards the auditorium. They'll stop and look at you, and they have their clubs out with the spikes, released.
Oh my
And they
God.
say, ma'am, have you seen any cougars?
Actually, I have to tell you. The other day, I was on the, the Facebooks, and I saw this whole article. I can't remember who posted. Maybe it was Betty. No, it wasn't Betty. It was Linda. It could have been Linda. It might have been. Anyways, so it was the beginning of a recipe for cornbread. And they spoke about the childhood in the West Virginia hills.
At this point, if you're hearing,
All they hear is-
Trudy, or what, they're gonna be like, where's off? Let me see.
Is she a bear or is she a foreigner?
Yeah, they're gonna look like, ma'am, that's really wonderful about Facebook or whatever, but we're looking for cougars. I'm sorry. And then they both scatter off.
No one ever has time to listen anymore.
Yeah. And so then you'll be able to head towards the kitchen. I don't know why I keep wanting to call you Philip. Ralph. So Ralph.
It's
Ralph. You were heading over to the auditorium. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you dip over that way. You can get there pretty easily. I mean, you'll see Maude and those guards, talking, and as you start.
How full is the auditorium other than vendors?
Other than vendors, I mean, it's still pretty. I mean, there's probably 100 to 200 people in here. Whereas before there was several hundred.
Because like Maude, I'm feeling a bit peckish, and I want to sniff out honey.
Yes. So, in here, I mean, there's honey galore. There's all kinds of things. Actually, there's a lot of different samples of different honey
That's what I'm
products.
looking for.
So you can really take your time, just kind of cruising down a line and kind of no. Oh yeah, you want to try my honey
everything
cakes?
on a little wooden stick? And
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
having to run my tongue around each edge of the stick.
Yeah, a hungry one there. And so yeah, so you're able to kind of cruise along. So you do that. The guards you'll see are actually, if you look to the northern part of the auditorium where they would have come in as you're like licking the honey sticks,
Right.
I mean, you can see that a couple guards come in. They kind of talk to a few other ones. A couple of them, twist their clubs and the spikes come out. And they kind of just start meandering around.
That's right, the Cougar Spike Club.
Yes, the Cougar Spike Clubs, Cougar Tech. So you're able to kind of hide in here for the time being, and then we'll go to the theater now. For you, Neil, so you did get wounded. If you planned on having any kind of first aid kit, you can let me know by having a flashback. But otherwise, you have a wound, and so your fur, gets a bit matted, but it's gonna, we'll say it clots up a little, pretty quickly. You're a hardy young bear, and one bullet's not gonna take you down, even though it was a bullet from the Sam Boone. And then also, you kind of have a moment where you think, yes, you were running away, but Sam Boone is a pretty good crack shot, considering your mom was very tough, and there had been several hunters that had attempted to get your mother, and all failed. It was only until Sam poked her head into this realm that took your mom down.
So I must be really good at dodging.
Yes, you must be perfect at dodging.
That's the way you're going with that, right?
If that's the way you want to take it, yes. So you're able to kind of walk, towards the theater, back into the theater. Now the lights are up at this point. People are kind of, finding their seats. You'll see some people coming in. As you go into the auditorium, people will kind of pass you, look up, and it's like, hey man, nice bear costume, dude. Super cool.
Nice human.
Oh, you even got a funny little voice. Oh, righteous. And it kind of goes past.
Definitely from California.
Yeah, that guy was clearly from California, and like shorts. Like, it's cold. It's North Dakota in a cold time, and somewhere in North Dakota, and he's in shorts and like a Hawaiian shirt and sunglasses. He also kind of smells like that cigarette that Ralph had lit up. And so what are you gonna do now that you're in the auditorium?
All right. Well, I know that from our time back in the bar that they keep the, the equipment to work on the lights in these rooms here.
That's accurate, yes.
So I'm going to head in that direction.
And you go to a bar scene, so switch one bear to criminal.
Yes. If you want, so since you're doing a bar scene, if you want to add something more, if you had planned or done anything.
When they have to work on the lights, they have to put on these special vests that show that they're up there pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go in there. I'm going to grab that vest and the biggest one in there and throw it over my shoulders, I guess.
Oh, yeah. So there is a door into that area.
Mm-hmm.
There is a guard outside of it. There's kind of guards at all the entrances and exits. And so there is one standing out there. So you'll have to pass him with your bar scene just to kind of add to it. Since you have to spend for it, if you want to do a planted one somewhere or brought one, that's another thing you kind of bring into the world just to kind of expand on your capabilities with that.
So I don't want to move bear to criminal, but I wanted to add in the bar scene. By the way, if anyone gets shot by Sam, save the bullet. We could probably sell it on eBay.
That's fine. I will allow it. You still have the bullet in your inventory, technically.
Is this like the thing in Skyrim where if you get shot with arrows, it's awesome?
Yes, yeah. You gain one arrow. You have a one Sam Boone bullet.
Is there actually a door here?
Yeah, I didn't write it on there. I missed it, but it's actually right here at the end of right here.
Oh, so that goes outside.
No, so this goes outside right here.
You're talking western edge of the theater.
Right here, yeah.
Southwestern edge of the
Okay, I'm fine with that.
And then here, there's an entrance to outside, so you'd have to go out this way and to the side.
So can I just go out this way outside?
Yeah, this way you can go outside.
So
I'm going to go...
And there is an entrance over here as well in the back. So
Okay.
there's a
so
couple.
I'll go ahead and head out there to the bushes where I left that vest
Okay, excellent. So you go
and a hard hat.
So you head outside to the bushes, and luckily, though, as you're in the bush, you're putting it on. You'll look actually, and luckily the blood has clotted enough, and the dirt out here has kind of obscured it. Because what you see as you're rustling around, you get this chill down your spine, and you'll see stepping out of this door, looking at the ground. You'll see Sam Boone kind of kneel down and wipe some blood. And then kind of look left and right.
Underneath the bush.
Yeah. Kind of look around. It looks like there's not enough tracks out here for her to search for you as of yet. Actually, no, that's not it. Because she's Sam Boone. She actually sees some tracks. But what happens is you hear from the inside,
Yep,
luckily...
there we go. That's what I was waiting
Bing
for.
bong! Sam Boone, please come to the theater backstage and prepare for your lecture. And everybody else, please come to the theater and listen to Sam Boone's, that's right, the Sam Boone's wonderful lecture on defense against bears. And so you'll see Sam kind of look around, and she just twirls her rifle in her hand and then sheaths it behind her back. The Sam Boone. And then
Most
turns
people
around.
do that with a pistol. It's Sam Boone. She does it with a rifle.
With a rifle. And she slings it across her back and walks back inside. And everybody else, of course, hears that. Now, Maude, you go to the kitchens. Are you trying to get into the kitchens? Okay, so there is a
I
way.
just bustle in there.
Yeah, there is a way in the kitchen. There's no guards for the kitchen.
I'm just going in the front doors. I'm
Yeah.
pointing at the first person who's like a waiter.
Okay, yeah. So there's all kinds of people in there, and there's a waiter that's
Excuse
getting
me.
her hors d'oeuvres.
Can I get some service, please?
So they're turned around.
I'm parched. I've been waiting for so. I need. What is it? A meat mosa? Hello, my hand is right here. I'll
Yeah,
kinda
so
click
the
my
person
claws
kind of
on
like
him.
turns around and sees, they're hearing mimosa, which you can say that one pretty well.
Mead mosa now, please.
And they'll look at you and say, "Oh, ma'am, we're actually, let me see here. No, yeah, they'd still have some mimosas." I says, "Well, ma'am, yep, ma'am, you want a mead mosa? I mean, the unlimited mead mosas are past now. We will have to charge."
Every single minute that I don't have one in my hand, in my paw, is $1 off your tip.
So you're just reaching up. Says, okay, ma'am, that'll be $8, and the whole day brings down a mead mosa to you.
I'll get into my fanny pack. I don't know human money. I'll take out some green things and give it back to him.
You'll see his eyes light up. Is this for me? All of it?
Whatever. Can I have another one?
He says, yeah, he hands you another one.
I'm double
He's like, "Thank
fist
you."
in the mead mosas
Yeah.
now, and then I'll bustle back out of here.
Yeah, you gave him a nice crisp 100.
Oh, fantastic!
so yeah. So he says, come back whenever you need. Yeah, so you're able to get a mead mosa, which I'll say you can use if you want to transfer a point from criminal to bear. Up to you.
Okay. Let's see. I'm okay right now.
Okay. Excellent.
And I'm heading towards the rendezvous point that we.
Yeah. And by this time,
Didn't make.
yeah, by this time, you guys you'll hear, bing bong, and you'll hear the Sam Boone, please come to the theater.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know where the other two are at, but I have an inkling that ending up somewhere around the backstage.
Okay, excellent. So you're gonna head towards the stage, or heading towards the theater?
Towards the back.
Okay, towards the. So outside. So you're gonna head outside and around the back.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to the northern back or the southern back?
This one.
The southern back. Okay, excellent. Yeah. So you're heading towards the southern back. So you're gonna head down and out. You can head out towards the front door. Yeah, they're not gonna pay much attention to you.
Ralph is going to continue through the auditorium, take the northern entrance out, basically skirt around the kitchen through the patio, take the western edge there, cut through the field. Can I get out through the field exhibits? Probably not.
Yeah, you mean just
There should be-
outside?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so
exhibits.
it's kind of just laying out the fields itself,
Gotcha.
which
So now make my
you
way
can-
around to the back of the stage.
It's just grass and bushes and some trees. So
figure there's going to be something that Neil's going to need in our way, help from us to get him up into the rafters to drop the light.
To drop the light on poor defenseless Sam Boone. Okay.
Defenseless? That crazy woman's got a gun!
So you head around back, and so Neil, as you kind of turn around the back to go and like get in position, you see coming from what would be the direction of the front lobby entrance, you'll see Maude coming around the corner. Have you drank both of the mead mimosas already by the time you're out there? No. So working on, she looks like she has 2 like mimosa glasses in her hand, and then as you notice that, you're gonna hear some rustling coming from the north, and you'll see also Ralph coming down that way, coming out of some bushes and trees.
All right, are we in yet?
I'm in. Do I look human?
Where's Neil? Who's this human, light engineer?
That shows off your pecs. Isn't that what humans do?
You do really like the pecs.
I think so. Yeah.
You like smashing, darling.
I feel patronized.
You've been properly patronized. Specifically.
All right, well,
so
for now, you guys are just going to go sit in the auditorium. You're going to be part of the audience. Who's going to suspect someone in the audience as being a bear for the bear defense presentation?
Oh my god, you're a genius.
That is brilliant. That is brilliant.
I've never had a better idea.
Meanwhile, hopefully I'm going to have enough time. But before, I'm going to set up this little doohickey, which I got in that bar a little while back.
What is that?
This is a remote cutter.
A remote cutter.
Yep.
What does that do?
So essentially, it's
It
got...
cut things remotely. It's in the name.
That's the answer?
Yeah, essentially it's got 2 little blades in here that when I click onto this little device, they're gonna slam shut. If I put it on the right light, do the right timing,
okay.
We've got a Sam pancake.
Very good. Okay.
Sam cake.
And what are we doing?
We're in the audience.
Right. But what are we doing? Are we just sitting
blending in. I got a mimosa for you.
Unless you guys have any other ideas, maybe a backup plan?
No, we did all those at the bar. No, that works. We can maybe direct you, put our hands up and wave, left, right as she moves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Excellent.
All right. I'm going to take a mimosa and walk with Maude back into the theater.
I did drink half of it. I'm sorry.
All right. So you two can both kind of skirt around the front.
Turn the glass over, kind of shake, stick my tongue all the way inside.
Pretty easy. So as you go back in the front, as you're like going through the first set of sliding doors, they open. Mm-hmm. You'll see a group of people coming from the auditorium, all wearing these like hats that have like the same symbol on the front, like a circle with an X and it bears on it. Shirts, it shows Sam Boone pointing, only you can prevent bear attacks, and on the back, the only good bear is a dead bear. Woo, that's right, Sam Boone. Let's go get Sam Boone's lecture. I think maybe she can sign my gun. He pulls out a gun, Barinator.
I'm gonna look at Maude and go, that's the way we should have dressed up.
It is a nice shirt. I do like it.
We could still dress up as that.
Wow. Yeah, I can hear Neil's voice right here, like he's right next to me.
If you're curious, it's not just a bunch of really. It's not just a bunch of random humans. So there is actually a small group of them. So there's like there's a couple of children, smaller size shirts, all like this.
So they have guns too.
Yeah, they actually do all have guns. And they're like, "Woo, Dad, we're gonna meet Sam Boone. You think she'll sign my little 22?"
All right, so wait. It just came to me. Maude, can you see? Are they really bears in disguise? This could be the rival gang.
I am absolutely sure that I can tell.
You're gonna look and see if they're bears.
If it's the rival gang.
So let me see here. I'm trying to see.
We didn't really coordinate that well, but I would think any rival gang would coordinate very well.
So here's.
And if I was dressing up, I would have gone with that if I'd had a better trunk to start with.
The way I imagine it is humans are dumb. They can't tell if you're in disguise. You guys can all tell if it's a bear in disguise or something other animal in disguise. These are humans. Okay. It's a good idea. I like that, but these actually are humans.
They're two-footers.
Yeah. Okay. They're two-footers. But yeah, so they have clothes of all sizes. A couple of them are like, all right, hold on, I gotta go use the bathroom first. Hey, yeah, I'll come with you,
man.
Which
one? Is that the bigger one or a smaller one?
There's actually both. There's a big one that's like a really tall kind of muscular guy. Yeah, you're about your size. And there's actually it's a guy, but super short. Like very short. He's got 2 rifles that are way too big for him, and he has them both in his hands. Safeties are on, safety's important. But he's like, oh yeah, man, I learned how to do the old boon twirl with my rifle. You want to see? And he tries it, does, and it falls out of his hand and clatters to the ground. Oh darn it! And you look as he reaches down, he's actually missing a couple of fingers. Oh, so they're heading off towards the bathroom.
I'm gonna follow him to the bathroom. Okay.
I'm taking my seat.
You're taking your seat?
Do my neighbors have any snacks?
So there's a couple neighbors. Yeah, and as you look in here, I mean, it's kind of a mix between, just families coming to see an event as a lot of anti-bear people in here.
Tough crowd.
Yes.
They're not even here for the hockey convention. Yeah. They're here to be anti-bear.
Sam Boone, yes. They are here. They are part of the Boone Army.
Oh my god.
The anti-bear Boone Army. Sam Boone is actively recruiting at all times.
So I'll give you my thinking here. So I am following these two in. I figure the shorter one's about Maude's size. I'm thinking the taller one's about my size. And I'm figuring the hillbillies. Yeah, here's where we basically alienate all the hillbillies listening to the show now. I figure we go in there, we watch, I look at them, and they're hillbillies. They're going to take their shirts off to go to the bathroom. Because they don't pee on myself.
Sure,
Oh boy.
We were fine up until that point.
All right.
You know what? I mean, all right, that's fine. We'll put that into the world. They're out there. So they go, and you see as you come in, they're in the middle of undress. The hat's on there.
God.
The little one's having a hard time getting the shirt off. The other one, the bigger one, has already taken the shirt off.
Thanks, Barry. I hate it. I hate this.
His hat has been put there. It's like, hey, all right, Jerry, come on. You always need help with your garden shirt.
Jeez.
He takes it off and sets it on there. He's like, I know. Richard, come on. Let's just get this over with, and then we can go to the lecture.
I am a reasonable and kind gentleman. I am not a trash panda. So I am going to trade my fluorescent yellow trench coat for the larger shirt.
Okay.
And I will leave my crown behind for the smaller shirt.
Okay. Yeah, so, I mean,
And I'll put the bigger shirt on and bring the smaller shirt for Maude.
It's easy It's easy enough. Because they just set them there. You can wait until they go to the urinal. And so they get to their business. And they're just chatting. What's your favorite Sam Boone story? mine's this, and they're just chatting back and forth. So you're easy enough.
Back of my head, I so badly want to say, "Don't eat those." They are not mints. But I control myself and head out.
The mints, you resist the mints. So you're able to grab them and leave.
That was the worst. That was the worst.
That's what's in the world now.
We had like a bingo for like the most offensive things in a row.
Yeah. I don't even know if that's an actual stereotype or something.
No, I think
it's funny.
Barry just made that up.
It's
that's
not an
a
actual
thing.
stereotype from my knowledge, but it's funny, and that's what the world is now.
Hillbillies check in with us. I'm pretty sure that's a thing.
All right, so
there's being a stereotype and just being wrong.
That's just absolutely fraudulent claims.
So I don't know if I need to change my HBS.
Yeah, we should. So just for the shirt and the hat, let me see here.
So T-shirt is a 4, but
so it would be
what kind of colors?
So this would be, let's see, we'll go with black and white stripes. Yeah, we'll go with that one.
Fantastic.
And then the hat, yeah, let me see here. So
Well, that's just removing the jeweled crown.
yeah.
So that moves me to a 12
Okay.
for my HBS.
Excellent. Your HBS has gone up to a 12. Excellent. 12. For those of you that want a reminder, that's the human believability score.
Gotcha.
Which was one thing I just rolled, and Maude, those around you do not recognize you as a bear.
Do they have snacks?
They do, in
Oh,
fact.
no, I'm wrong. That moves me up to a 15. I forgot. Remember, I already traded out the peach velour knickerbockers for the blue denim skirt.
The 15, yes. So yeah,
Excellent.
so yeah, they do have snacks, and they'll like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, and they'll like hand over, they're like aim their popcorn over to you, and what do you do?
Yeah, I stick my snout into the popcorn. And I'll just...
Pedro, I'm going to work my way back into the auditorium.
Perfect. Pretty easy to find.
Sit down next to Maude.
Perfect. Pretty easy to find Maude. So Maude, as you do that, since they didn't realize that you're a bear, they're like, oh, look at that! Look at that, guys! Perfect bear impression. That is exactly what those darn bears would do. Oh, this is great. You're great. What's your name there, lady?
I also eat the cardboard cotton.
Oh, you're so in character, man. If Sam Boone wasn't so keen, maybe she'd shoot you. One of them's like, oh my god, I wish she would shoot me. Yeah, I wish that I was a bear just so Sam would look over at me once.
I want to look up in the rafters. Do I see Neil?
So, as you look over to the rafters, let's go ahead and cut to Neil. So, Neil, you go around back. There are a couple of other techs out back towards the door. They're just kind of like leaning up against, they're just smoking, talking about, the lighting stuff. Like, oh, man, I told you we were out of TX3. I told them they should have bought more. Dude, you could use the X32s. They're fine. They'll work. Yeah, but they don't produce the same light quality. And then they look at you. Oh, man, they got a 17. That was very close. So, no. So, you're good. And they look over at you, and they're like, hey, man, where'd you just come from? Why aren't you back there helping? And they're like, yeah, dude, but how old are you? You're one of the new guys? Like,
Break.
You were on break. And they kind of like look at each other, take a drag, and they're like, look here, newbie. We've been doing this for a while. We can take breaks. You gotta get in there, work the lights. Sam's about to go on. You gotta make sure, get up in the... It's like, all the rookies, get up top, aim the lights in the right spot.
Sorry. Thank you.
Yeah. Don't thank us and don't be sorry. Just be better. Oh, yeah, you best be better. Yeah, the other guy kind of gained an accent. So they let you through. Now, you are at the back stage. As you kind of dip in, you're going to see coming from the northern end. At the northern end, there is, stairs going up. You're going to see a group of people following along Sam Boone, and Sam comes in, but her eyes are a little bit, closed because people are, powdering her up. They're getting her ready for stage, basically. Mm-hmm. She hands off one of her guns, her rifle, off to one person. Don't worry, she still has the other guns on her. Somebody's brushing the hair on her little bear skull pauldron. And, straightening out her badges, getting her sash all prepared. Mm-hmm. And luckily, she's not able to see you at this moment. And you see, kind of heading straight which way you're going. You see the way up into the rafters. The stairs going up, much like a lot of this stuff, actually some of the stuff in the building looks like they probably didn't put funding into the right places. It's a bit rickety, which you think maybe that's why they send all those poor rookies up there. And you're actually going to see a rookie over in the corner, like kind of grabbing onto his leg and his ankle. It has like wrapped in ice, and he's got some tears in his eyes. Another one kind of patting him, there, pal, on his shoulder. And so they'll see the one, pat him on the shoulder, sees you, and is like, hey, are you one of the new guys there?
Yeah.
It's like he kind of squints his eyes at you. All right, go get up there. Come on, Jared here got hurt. Like, I was just trying. Yeah, Jared, well, you could try better next time there, bud. So, go ahead, get up there, get the lights all ready. So, go ahead and roll me, if you're rolling your climbing as bear, make it up there successfully. Go ahead and roll.
Oh, come on. It's just spinning.
Yeah.
Got it?
Yep.
Okay, successfully bared it up, so go ahead and move one from criminal to bear. So you,
I don't need that.
with agile grace, shuffle your way up. There's actually, as you're kind of climbing up, you'll find one of the footholds that actually gives, falls down, clatters to the ground, and yeah, you're able to bear your way up there.
I could try to get workman's comp.
Workman's comp. Workman's comp. You have to be a human. I'm sorry.
But I pass as human.
Yeah,
We're taking it to Congress. Absolutely not.
Hey, they let me up here. I mean, they are liable.
They do have a large liability. Okay, so you make it up top. Yeah, and I mean, you're going to see all manners, lights, pulleys, sandbags, all kinds of stuff. You know, there's the curtains and everything. Right. So there's a lot of moving parts, a lot of rusty parts as well. So what's your plan now that you're up here? And as you're moving across, Maude, since you're actually paying attention to where he's at, you'll actually see what looks like, because it's slightly weird angle, so you can't see like all of his upper half right now, but you can see bare legs kind of walking across.
I know those legs anywhere.
Alright, so I am going to go ahead. I'm going to find pretty much the heaviest, most conveniently placed thing, and the thing that I'm probably not going to be controlling.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. I mean, there's lights up top. I mean, you could try to pop one off, or are you gonna try and set it up? I mean, because you have the remote cutter, you said, right? So, I mean, as you look down, you'll see the podium where Sam,
Perfect.
will stand. Mm-hmm. You know, some of the time at least, that's where they're supposed to. And you can see there's a couple of them nearby. Mm-hmm. But you're gonna have to try and pick the correct one. Mm-hmm. Which is going to be something that maybe a bear might not be able to do, but you're smart. You're a smart dude.
Brains, criminal.
So this is you setting up the cutter.
Mm-hmm. And if possible, there's going to be other people up here working, actually moving the lights around and stuff. I want to set it up so that someone else is going to be on the thing that I'm cutting.
You're framing someone.
Yeah, you want to frame somebody.
Dastardly.
Yes. All right. Yeah. No, certainly.
I succeeded.
Excellent. Go ahead and move that point over. So you, being the criminal mastermind and novice that you are,
It's that lightning strike, man.
Yeah.
I just know things.
You just know. You see that image in front of you of all the little mathematical symbols as you're doing, human calculations with a little dip into the bear calculations, and you realize the perfect size light and just in the right spot over the podium, that if you trigger it at the right time while she's under the podium, boom, that should be a kill upon the Sam Boone. And you were able to kind of watch as you're taking some time to kind of work up there. You're noticing where people are going. You actually, as you're finishing work on that, he's like, hey, newbie, you're supposed to be over there. I get the honors of putting this light on the Sam Boone. And you'll see that he has like a little Sam Boone badge. The only good bear is a dead bear.
You got it, boss.
And you're good. Yes, you have a very good disguise on. You are a very believable human.
All according to plan.
Yeah. So you have that set up, and so you waddle along, and you were able to watch the feet kind of muddle around, and so you're fairly certain of what's going on. Now, and then Ralph does end up finding you and sitting next to you.
Marvelous.
What I miss?
And luckily, they haven't figured out your bears.
Up there. One of them was for our little Neils.
Okay.
So, yes. So Neil has set up the cutter and what he believes is perfect. Yes, the remote cutter,
which is definitely an invention that exists.
Yes, currently, actively, that is an invention. All right, Neil. Now you're off. You're controlling light, doing bear stuff. Yeah, and so then the lecture will start, and then Ralph, you had met up with Maude. So the lecture starts, some really amped music, probably like Back in Black by AC/DC. Just something comes on, everybody knows it. And yeah, the pyrotechnics from that first one, just Sam Boone's name is spelled out in it.
So much cooler.
That's
Light
the
show.
predictable option.
All the lights
Pick the
shut
real
Sam on
down.
fire.
Yeah, all the lights shut down. The laser show goes. You're gonna see on the ceiling the lasers form.
That's
like
gonna be done to Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah.
A Confederate flag with the lasers.
Oh boy.
I was gonna say Sam killing a bear and triumphing over the bear.
Pictures and-
Yeah,
yeah, okay.
pictures of Sam Boone doing bear killing things.
I have to control myself not to go boo.
It is hard to hold my
Yeah, I mean the
tongue.
crowd is going insane. Sam Boone, Sam Boone, Sam
love-
Boone. People
I
are all
love
around
how-
fainting.
Honeycomb turns into the Sam Boone convention for this one lecture.
Oh my god.
There's a whole lot of attractions.
Yeah. I'm assuming there's no empty seats. The aisles are full. People leaning against the wall.
Yeah.
People sitting in the aisles.
Packed.
Okay.
Packed house.
A big fan club crushed around the front of the stage.
People holding up signs. There's people so overwhelmed they're fainting. Yeah, you'll see that little girl whose mom has taken off her sweater, and you can see there's a Sam Boone
jeez.
shirt, and she just kind of looks confused and kind of sad being dragged into this. So,
But mommy, I like bears.
bears aren't bad. Bears are good, right?
Hang that girl.
Yeah.
Right.
Nobody.
The whole group of hillbillies get in there just about to play. What?
Oh gosh.
So Sam. So there's like the first little bit is like a movie that's projected, kind of going over Sam's Daniel Boone's accomplishments and kind of talking about the other in the Daniel Boone line coming up to Sam and all their.
Do I notice any beavers in the audience? Because you remember
Any
that was
beaver-
Daniel Boone's thing was to wear a beaver pelt hat, beaver skin
Any
hat.
beavers in
Yeah.
the audience?
Yeah, I mean, we might
Yeah.
have secondary accomplices here. I just realized the beaver
are there-
assassination of
Yeah.
Boone Squad.
Are there any beavers? You know what? Sure, you'll see several rows down. You're gonna see some people. They're in full Sam Boone regalia. Yep, and a couple of them, you get kind of puffier jackets, and you feel like you see some kind of like, it kind of opens, and you'll see some like wood carved weaponry.
Oh no.
Home carved.
Yeah, home carved.
About it myself.
Oh boy.
One of them starts to stand up. The other one puts his hand on his shoulder.
All right, Maude, up there, third row. We got help.
You can see a little squad of beavers.
Squad. The Beaver Assault Squad.
Yeah, the beavers.
The BAS.
BAS. The beaver assault squad.
I'll kind of point at one of them and do a little finger gun.
Just a little look back, kind of just they tip their hat to you and give you a wink.
Oh, I'll tap my bear and proud pin.
They both get like a little chuckle out of that. Ridiculous. So after the history lesson of Sam Boone, that's when all the lights turn off, everything goes quiet. Yeah, everything shuts down. Ladies and gentlemen, the person you've been waiting for all day, the Sam Boone, and then just boom, pyrotechnics. Yeah,
No,
everyone
when he
stands
says
up.
Boone, I'm doing boo.
Yeah. No one will recognize
Right,
that.
exactly.
Yeah. And so then the beavers stand up too, and they're just like angrily clapping. Their little beaver hands.
Sam,
Their tails,
Boom,
their
boom,
tails
boom.
slapping.
Right. You're not sure if it's an anger.
I wonder where this beaver thing's going.
Okay. Yeah. What I need to do. I see if anybody's gonna recognize them as beavers in a minute.
How good are their
Yeah. How good are the beavers' outfits? So, okay, so then, so she comes out, and she's gonna come walking out. She's gonna start to walk towards the podium, but then she kind of veers off. Yeah, and so you see they're following her, and she comes out, and she actually starts off with like some gun tricks. Just like takes her pistol out, kind of twirls it around.
She has a pistol too?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's just like, welcome one and all to my lecture, Bear Essentials. And you hear as she says bear, run, boo! Defense and management of bears. Actually, they'll boo and she says bears at last, And she knows this is, yes.
Are you
Maude.
raising your hand in the auditorium?
Yeah.
No. I'm only raising my hand at the table because I have a flashback.
Oh, okay. So everyone's booing for the bears.
One bear to criminal.
Yeah.
27 years ago.
Ooh.
Oh, it's not even a flashback to the bar.
It's just me. I was living in Quebec, and I had a roommate in this dumpster behind Applebee's.
Does Maude speak French?
Oui. And it was a beaver, and I actually became fluent in the type of Morse code they tap out with the tails. I'd like to know, what are these beavers saying to each other?
Learned Morse code.
Beaver tail
Specifically,
Morse code.
beaver tail Morse code. BTM.
Beaver
if you will.
tail Morse code.
I'm absolutely fluent.
BTMs. See. Okay.
I mean, it's been 27 years. I'm a little rusty. But at a time, I was fluent.
Yes, and so you still remember it. It's kind of hard to forget beaver tail Morse code.
Absolutely.
It just ingrains itself. And so you're looking, and as they're tapping, it's subtle, but you're able to recognize it. And they're basically communicating back and forth like, brother, I think it's time. I think we must attack now. While everyone's distracted, the crowd is loud. It might be time. No, not yet. We must wait for the right opportunity. Did you see the bears? Perhaps they are here as well. Why would they be in the crowd? Perhaps they are here for the same reason, brother. Perhaps they are here to take down Sam Boone. And you can hear the spit coming out of the mouth, even in the Morse code. the horrendous hatred of...
One of them slurs their tail.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
The other one. Not yet. This must be just at the right time for our great, etc. And all of our families ruined by this monster's bloodline. All right, we will act. Just let me know I am antsy. I fear that they will recognize us. We are in the midst of enemies everywhere. Yes, but we shall prevail. So it sounds like they're just waiting for the right time, for a signal to act. So possibly could be allies, could be a distraction.
Okay, I'm gonna lean over to Ralph and I'm gonna say, I had the best cinnamon roll in Quebec one time. And then I'll lean back to my spot.
And Ralph's salivating. Because he still has the munchies.
I think bears pretty much always have the munchies. So.
I think that's, yeah.
Yep.
Modus operandi bear.
Yeah, so Sam's gonna go ahead and start. She starts the lecture kind of with a slideshow of all these different, anti-bear weaponry, everything from bear mace, bear tasers, special bear tracer rounds.
I'm a little queasy.
Yeah, a brand new patent pending exploding rifle bullet, which may or may not be legal depending on which state you're gonna be in.
Starting to get a little bit queasy in the stomach.
And she also starts talking about biological warfare against bears.
Oh,
Are the lights still down?
Yes, the lights are still down.
I'm gonna need to light up. Put the stomach queasiness on hold. There goes Trudy's cigarette again.
Okay. In the midst of a bunch of anti-bear protesters.
If anyone looks at me, I'm gonna be like, and offer it around.
Well, I don't.
If no one looks at me, I'm not gonna worry about it.
No one. I'm trying to think. No, probably no one else is doing it. So you'll actually probably get some looks from it. Some negative looks from it.
Well, each of them I'll offer I'm willing to share. I won't say anything.
Yeah, they'll deny it, and one of them is like, put that out or get out of here.
Right on the tongue. Oh. And eat it.
He looks at you kind of concerned. No.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I've been found out, like...
So wait, did I understand that she's violating the Geneva Convention?
Yes. Specifically the Bear Geneva Convention as well.
Oh,
The
that's
bear
most
human?
Yeah, the
important
Bear
one.
Human Geneva Convention.
A little badge at you.
Yes. She is talking literal beartrocities.
Oh my goodness.
That was not a good one, but
That was, no,
That
no,
was...
no.
Take another point.
okay, I am now at 0 points. But yeah, she is definitely breaking the Geneva Convention to talk about her. But she's kind of skirting that by talking air quotes theoretical
Okay.
anti-bear biological warfare.
Okay. We gotta get her back to that podium.
Yeah. And she seems very active and moving. So, let me see. She will have to go back there. So you just kind of wait for her to go back, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Have we caught Neil's eye? You know, is he...
We can only see his feet.
yeah,
Oh,
he would
see
have
his
to kind of
feet.
duck
Okay.
down. So if you're going to look for them, you could try. I'm trying to see. So yeah, you guys would be able to see Neil if there's a way you want to try and signal him.
Yeah, just a big, you know, wave my
I'll do a
claw at him
thumbs up.
so he knows. Oh yeah, look at Maude. Yep, thumb up.
Thumbs up.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, you'll be able to
Mad at the
see
human.
them.
Go.
Okay, that was the signal that we totally pre-planned.
Yes. So she will get to the podium. Let's just get to it. Yeah, so she gets to the podium and she starts talking. She just starts talking, specifically at this time, about how bears are... Here's the best part, actually. She's going to start talking about, quote, controversial topic of bears blending into society. She is going to start a lecture on how bears are starting to ingratiate themselves into society and things to look out for bears hiding. They say you need to watch out. They can get our clothing... They can get hats, accessories, and they can hide amongst all of us.
I'm gonna holler out, unbelievable!
Okay, barely a point, but a point.
I can't believe it.
Okay, I'm gonna give you that point. Ty, you want to go for one? Anything? No. Yeah, and so she's up there. She's clicking, slides, and she's gonna be doing that. So, are you going to just cut it?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
I was kind of thinking more of, like the, is there any questions? And then...
Oh, you're gonna wait for her to ask for questions. So, if you wait for her to say, "Are there any questions?" Since you've waited, that is when. So you are about to cut it, and then that's when you hear some squeaks coming from the audience or some like chitters, and you guys are gonna see the beavers stand up. And they're gonna like shout. Everyone else is just hearing these like loud squeals, and then you're gonna hear, you guys are all here for our ancestors, and you're gonna see them like throw back these trench coats and pull out hand carved crossbows, and you just see them just boom, 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 just like launch a volley of crossbow arrows as they start running on top of people. And so what do you do at this moment? So the arrows are, you have a moment. You can either hold or click.
I'm not going to get a chance like this again, I think. So click.
No. So
As
go
much
ahead.
as I want the beavers to have their moments. My moment's better.
Go ahead and roll roll criminal. You can add your smarts because you're having to do this at the right moment. Because you're looking, she's acting. She's about to do something. So you have to try and get it just right.
I succeeded!
Excellent. So what you're going to see is Sam is going to kind of hear this look, and she's going to reach for her gun. And as these crossbow bolts come at her, you were able to time it just right. So she kind of steps to the side as they whiz past her.
Totally Matrix style.
Yeah, and she pulls
slows
her
down,
gun,
moves sideways.
and then just blam, one shot, and then you see one of the beavers as he goes to load another crossbow bolt just gets shot and like blown back, and you're gonna see several of the people who get splattered be like,
They're into it.
Yeah,
It's basically a Gallagher concert.
even though the crowd just got shot at, people are like actually almost wanting to get hit by the Sam Boone's bullet. And then you see one of the, then the other one is like, brother, go, and fires off another crossbow bolt. And Sam just stops it with her hand.
Oh my god.
Catches this boat, blasts him, but then looks up, and she hears something at the last moment as it cuts and falls. And then you're gonna see this big symbol of like anti-bear kind of pop up on her slide. And as she looks up, you'll make eye contact with her. She sees you, and you just see her whip the gun and just fire off 3 shots at you. I need you gotta roll me climbing. Go ahead and see. You're. So actually, what I should say is you need to try and get out of the way. How are you going to do it? Or do you have, if you want and you need to, you can always use a flashback, or you have to do something.
Well, if I use a flashback, I'm out of the game. So.
I'm going to use a flashback.
Okay.
And we flash back to our discussion at the bar, blow out a puff of smoke. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. When you're up in the rafters and you're getting ready to cut it, what happens if she looks at you? What happens if she sees you? I think there should be enough cord up there. You can grab one of the cords and swing down to safety out a back door. That should hold her in place for the light to squish her.
You want me to Tarzan my way out of there?
Who's that?
He was.
You guys would know what was the bear's name?
That,
No, it's hard. Why am I thinking Jungle Book? Oh my god! I'm just trying to. Just bear came to mind. There wasn't a bear in Tarzan. Sorry.
Baloo?
bare necessities, the simple.
For some reason I thought Jungle Book.
Hey, Babaloo.
Is it Baloo or is it
It's Baloo.
It's Baloo.
Yep.
Okay.
One of the most famous bears in history.
Yeah. See, you guys would know him,
Yeah,
but
obviously.
I'm just spouting out random bears. Apparently, I don't know what story's what.
I was struck by lightning.
Yes.
You know what? Random bits of knowledge was just thrown into my brain, and I'm just like, Tarzan?
So you had strategically planned out, and you know your escape route, which ropes you can and can't use that will drop, maybe even close the curtain, and just get you out of there. So if you want to use those, you don't have to roll anything since Ralph used a good flashback.
Alright. Well, I guess my original plan of framing the guy kind of goes out the window.
Well, here's the thing. She saw you. Doesn't mean that guy's not still there.
or that anybody else saw?
You know what I mean? Just because she's shooting up into the rafters, you could jump down.
Traitor!
And a couple of the guy's looking and he's seeing this thing just falling down. He's like, what is happening? As it's just falling down. Actually, it's falling out of his hand specifically. So he was just holding it and it's falling. And as you say, traitor, you see all the other techs who are holding lights. They look over and they're like, oh my god. And they're like, what are you doing? And they're all, now these guys are running, and you'll notice a couple of Sam Boone badges on one of them. They're running after him. He's like, it wasn't me.
All this is the time while the mic falls from the rafter.
Yeah. Well,
no more than 30 feet.
Oh yeah, down to the stage.
Alright, and now I guess I'll grab the rope and bear swing down.
Yeah, so you grab the rope and swing down. Are you two doing anything, Ralph?
Not
Maude?
yet. We're the backup.
So
Yeah.
no, at this point the crowd has stood up.
What is happening with the light?
Yeah. So the light
It's just floating there.
It's just been falling.
It is the slowest slow-mo falling light I've ever seen.
The anticipation.
I like my second cigarette. Smoke it all the way down. It's still falling.
So it's falling, and Sam just unloads the rest of her bullets at you where you were, and she feels, actually no, she doesn't feel anything, so she sees it comes down and hits her, and she is taken down. You see that it hits on her left side and just eviscerates one of her arms off.
Oh my god.
And it's the one with the pauldron on it, and just boom. And as you're sliding down, the curtains, as you're swinging down, the curtains just slam closed from your weight.
That was my mom!
Yeah. So effectively, it just slams down on her, and she goes limp as you land. And there's a couple of people that are just crowding the guy up, but he's like, "It wasn't me! It wasn't me!"
Basically, as soon as that curtain goes down, I think we should probably make our get out. Before the
and as you do that, as the curtain goes, you're gonna see that the beaver is then crowded and stripped of weaponry, and he's just thrashing about, gnawing at people, and they finally pin him down.
He's all teeth and tails.
Yeah, all teeth and tails. And they now have this beaver. Do you guys do anything?
Oh no! I'm gonna move to the aisle, allow Maude out, and just as we're stepping out, I'm gonna yell, "Cougar!"
Everyone, you just hear bullets crack, clack, 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 as people are swinging their guns around wildly. Okay, wait, hold up. This is because it's funny. So people are confused. People are swinging around their guns wildly. There was just an assassination attempt by a beaver on the Sam Boone. And it's gonna be chaos. So as you guys are running out, you're gonna be dipping under a hail of bullets because somebody is like, "Cougar!" as somebody's just running by, some like maybe short person runs by, and they're like, "Cougar!" Blam! And as the first bullet goes, it's a farce. As just bullets are flying everywhere.
So if we make it into the lobby, we're coming in the south entrance into the lobby from the theater. He should have swung out. Neil should have swung out the northern coming into the lobby. So if we're there, I'm going to catch his eye and point into the northern end of the auditorium.
Yeah.
Might be time to get into the storage vault.
I'm gonna run over to the fountain, just grab a mouthful.
Yeah. You're able to grab them out.
On my way up and through, hand right through the honey fountain.
Yeah.
Same thing.
You guys are able to. Maude, you're able to eat some too.
Oh, you know what? I'm also going to do? I'm also going to finish off the mead mimosa.
And then as you're running by, you're gonna be running around. You're gonna as you pass the door that's going in, you see that there's been just a hailstorm, and that beaver one last go. He breaks free, and you see him pull out a wooden dagger and just start like slashing, but it's too late. He gets swarmed.
I am blocking that entire situation out of my mind.
Yeah. So,
a lot more carnage than I expected there to be.
But it's a perfect distraction.
Oh, wait, no, I love it. I love carnage.
Yeah.
Yes, right. That was great.
Like,
It started with carnage.
I'm gonna fall asleep thinking about that for
This
the rest
is
of my
exactly
days.
what you want. And he'll catch your eye, actually. Let's say that. What do you do as he's slashing, he's being pulled by people, he catches your eye?
Sam Boone has fallen.
You can talk normally.
You can talk normal, it's a beaver.
So if you shout that out,
Sam Boone is
Because
no
all four
more.
animals understand each other.
so you'll see as he's going, you just see tear down the eye as he just like releases, and it's just
Oh
swarmed.
my god.
So you've
beaver
helped.
pal.
Yeah, but you've helped the beaver. So then you're able to all meet up. So you meet up in the southern auditorium.
No.
Oh.
Northern entrance from
We're
the
heading to the
lobby into the
Yes.
auditorium.
So you head to
We're heading
the auditorium. You'll hear people talk about, "Oh, I think there was a cougar attack in the auditorium. There's a whole bunch of gun blasts going off."
As we hear it, I'm going to look at him, point, and go, "Cougar!"
"Oh yeah, there's a cougar in there. I knew it. I thought I saw one running around. Wait, there's one over there." You see it like running, like three of them
actually run, like heel out of the wall. Because there's cougars everywhere.
from behind from a little tree. It just kind of.
There's an actual war zone going on, and these guys are just like, there's a cougar around.
Yeah.
There's just hundreds of people just dying in the other room, and they're totally fine with it.
Oh yeah, this is another Tuesday here in somewhere in North Dakota.
North Dakota is well known in the United States as cougar country.
This is a lot better than the last Sam Boone convention. You should have seen what happened there. Okay, So as you're running through the lobby, you get a chance to see your mom and have a little moment there.
I give her a hug.
You stop by, give her a hug. You almost feel her spirit give you a hug back, as she can rest in peace now.
Who took my mom's cigarette?
Your mom doesn't have her favorite special cigarette on her anymore.
Huh? Go through my bag of miscellaneous cigarettes and put it back.
Another special cigarette. Yeah, and that one California dude. Hey, you have another one, man?
Here.
Boom. Okay, and he leaves. So you guys are able to make it to the auditorium. I mean, people are kind of moving past, but honestly, it's weirdly enough, there's not much commotion. This seems to be kind of how Sam Boone lectures
go.
Yeah, appearances go.
Well,
Just like the
don't know
Ozzy
how much of
Osbourne.
it.
You hear she did bite a head off of a bear once.
Oh, shit.
Probably a bear cub.
Oh, no.
God, it's Ozzy Osbourne in the bat all over again. Up on stage, she just tears off a bear head.
So you guys are now together, and you guys are. What's your next step?
Walk by the vault.
All right.
So now, is the vault? Because it would be something that would be impressive. Is the vault open and on display currently? Because originally I was thinking, last time that it was closed, but the more I thought about it, it's the repository. They're going to be closing it.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it would be on display. You
I
could
think
probably
you're right.
even walk in, walk out, because the
Yep.
thought is nobody would steal honey from a honey vault
Yeah.
repository.
Everybody here is a fan of honey and bees and not bears, except for the
Apparently
one. There was
Sam Boone.
one dude that was not a fan of bees or honey.
Right.
And
Probably
he's been
wasn't a bear
dealt with.
fan, though.
Yes.
Jerk.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
don't
we
know how
already took
much.
care of him.
I don't know how much of this is gonna translate, but I'm gonna try to bear speech. Sam Boone is dead. Run for your lives.
So you're gonna try and tell everybody here Sam Boone is dead? Wait, in the auditorium?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so if you want to try and roll criminal to cause an uproar.
How many of the words? Yeah, basically it's going to be how many of the words I think come through. Right?
Yeah.
Sam Boone and dead. You said we can say Sam Boone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you can all say Sam Boone.
Sam Boone's dead, run.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll criminal rolls to see if you can actually rise people to it.
I don't know how much of this is brains, but I'll go ahead and just throw one die. Nope. Darn it.
No. Okay. Go ahead and move one from criminal to bear. So you hear Boone dead. You guys hear it normally, but let me see here. So you're gonna. Oof. So that's 12. Oh no. 12,
That's 17. He's
yeah.
good.
No, you're good. So people look over at you and you're like, now what did he say there?
Okay. Are we gonna try to get
Sam-
this vault right now?
What do you mean Sam Boone's in bed?
Are we trying to try to get this vault right now?
My feeling is we at least look in the vault, go into the vault, see if we can figure a way
You're
to
the
get the
brains,
honey
Neil.
out. You're the brains. You're the one figuring to get it out.
I'm
Yeah.
the looks.
Well, we already
I wanna
got a
make
plan
sure
to get it out. I just want to know if we want to do this right now. Because if we're going all in, I'm just gonna get rid of this stupid human outfit. We're gonna bear intimidate these people out of here.
That's your choice.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. To be perfectly
So
honest.
just to answer your question,
Thoughts?
yes, there are the repository is open for viewing.
Can you go in, or does it have the little velvet rope stopping you from going into the repository?
It does have a bell. So there are tours later in the day to go in, but you can kind of go up to it, look at it. There are 2 armed guards out front.
Armed guards in front of the honey repository.
Yes.
I say we just, what, I'm
Which
behind you.
could be strange to you.
It is extremely strange to me.
Okay, so what are you guys gonna
This
do?
is definitely strange. How many guards are in the room?
In the room?
Yeah.
Like in the repository?
No, he's
In
saying
the-
in the auditorium.
In the auditorium, hard to calculate. Let's say
10?
10. Let's say 10.
10?
10 guards kind of meandering around. A lot of them were at the Sam Boone exhibit. No. There's 5 of them. There's
All right.
5 in here.
Apparently, there aren't enough people reacting to the war zone in the couple rooms over that I thought there was. So,
The gunfire has died down a little.
A little. But there's still screams of
not
death
done.
and...
So, what are you thinking?
Thought there would be less people in here with all the commotion going on. Alright, well... Let's at least take a look inside.
Okay. So, the three of us will walk up to the ropes and peer into the vault.
All right. So you peer into the vault. So as you walk through the ropes, are all of you going up there?
Yeah.
There's guards.
Did you ever put on the shirt I gave you?
No.
Okay.
Okay. They're fine. So they just look at you up and down, a little strange. So let me actually say this. So they look you up and down, and they don't do anything. So they kind of just like step aside, let you come look at it. And they there'll be a tour in a couple of hours if you want to go inside. But for now, you can go ahead and look.
I'll
Just
nod my head at him and keep
barrels
looking.
of the best honey in existence.
Barrels.
Ow.
No,
I know.
you're stretching too
I
far
know.
for that one.
That was for me. I'm at -1. I took that one for me. So you'll look in there, and
All right.
yeah. So you'll be able to look in there. You'll see the barrels. Well, they're not so much barrels as like cases. And you can see that there's like a cool breeze coming from out of it. You think, once it's sealed, it's gonna cool down. It's gonna
There's a cool breeze coming out of it.
It's refrigerated.
yeah. It's gonna just to kind of keep it all.
So, does it smell like fresh air?
No, I wouldn't say fresh. Probably recycled air.
Ooh,
But
all right.
What are the chances that these guards have the security codes to the vault door?
The vault's open, right? I mean, I'm
we're looking into it,
it's
right?
open, right?
That's what I'm
so
saying.
actually, here's what I'm gonna say. They don't have the entire vault open. This is kind of like a little presentation portion of
That's
the vault.
what I'm saying. We locked
That's
the
it.
vault
So you
door.
can see some of it. That's what I'm going to say.
Okay.
You'll see the main vault door for the main the main vault door
A
is
new
over
wrinkle.
there. Yes.
Okay.
So you guys knew that there was a quote impenetrable vault. So you could see a little bit. They kind of created this vault probably for show. This may not even be the actual main vault. This might just be a little show vault.
So, I remember the OmniLock 3000 is what they've got on the system.
That's right. Yes.
But that's something that I'm going to have to be able to take out. So at this point, it's getting rid of the guards so I can start working on it.
Or we could wait until they, quote-unquote, lock it up and get into it then.
No, I don't think we have time then. Once they seal it, it could be sealed forever. The I'm tongue-tied. The OmniLock 3000's got a fail-safe code on it to keep it locked.
I think it's time for me to pull a distraction with these two lovely security guards.
Yeah.
Okay. And don't forget, there is also the vents with the laser wires as another way in.
Plan B.
Plan B. Okay, Maude, what do you do?
All right, I'm gonna saunter. I'm sauntering up to the nearest guard.
Uh-huh. He sees you sauntering, and he kind of raises an eyebrow up.
I'm gonna comb my little whiskers back.
Kind of nudges the other guard. Looks down at you.
Do you come here often?
They'll kind of look at one another. Say, hey there, beautiful. What was that you said?
So Pedro, while she's doing that, is the entrance to the actual vault down and kind of out of the way so I could sneak under the rope and down some stairs and get to the door without somebody messing with me?
There's like little alcoves and stuff you could kind of sneak, and like a lot of the honey crates and stuff are gonna be. Actually, let me kind of say something. It would make sense. This is actually kind of a representation of what's in the vault. So this is not an actual portion of the vault. You see the vault door. This is like a little showroom.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
So can
but
I get
yes,
somehow behind? All right.
You
so
could.
as soon as she's sauntering, I want to sneak in.
Okay. So what'll happen is you'll have to kind of wait because one of them.
I get it. I'm just letting you know what I'm doing.
So one of them, is kind of looks at the other one, and the other one's kind of like, you see him just like kind of wave a hand, like oh, here's there, bud. And it's like you see him kind of like puff out his chest.
I've got a real bad case of eczema, and I need someone to rub some cortisone cream on my itchy elbows.
Much of that did
Go ahead and roll me criminal to see if he, one, understands and it's translate.
Can I roll
And 2 has a fetish for older
Yeah,
ladies.
because
doing the face.
you're the face, so you can roll 2.
That's 2 successes. Does that count?
That does count, yeah. So the other one's kind of like raising an eyebrow.
First one's got this great smile on his face.
And well, doesn't recognize that you're a bear. And as you kind of hold out the ointment, he kind of like looks at his watch, looks at the other guard. The guard kind of gives a little nod, and he looks down and says, "Yeah, I think we can help you with that."
I'm gonna look at the second god.
I think I got what you meant. He kind of like takes the tube of ointment from
He doesn't
you.
realize what kind of a cream it is that she's handing him in the tube.
Yeah.
He's thinking it might be more of a jelly.
I want to look at the second god and say, I got 2 elbows, sugar.
You know what? You got 2 successes in the other guy. And the guard kind of looks at him. He's like, "Come on, Frank. Come on. It'll be fine for a minute, right?" And so then Frank kind of like looks around. He looks back, looks all around, doesn't see anybody looking other than, the other bears. Or you. Actually, you've slipped by.
He's hidden,
Actually,
yeah.
No, at this point, because the other one kind of takes a step closer and is like, "Yeah, you know what? I think it is time for break, ain't it?" I think we got us a little break, and they'll lower their hands, so their arms, so you can go arm in arm. And because they're so short, they end up just picking you up.
My little feet are swinging.
Your little feet are swinging.
All right, we're fading to black.
Yeah,
I can't believe that worked. Ralph,
they're gonna take you into another section of the storage room. There's
right.
a little like sealed off spot.
Leave some mystery. We're
Yes.
fading to black.
Fade to black. Someone taken care of.
Ralph.
So, flashback to the bar.
To the bar.
So,
Seriously, where did you
in
go?
the bar, I was explaining to them what I thought, and it turned out to be true, what was going to happen with the OmniLock 3000. So it's got 2 fail-safes. I'm going to have to break through both of those. I start going into a whole bunch of technical jargon that the computer's going to require, and I let them know that basically I've got to make sure that I remember to bring this tool. Mm-hmm. Cut now to the other side of it, where I'm feeling around, trying to figure out where I put the tool.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure I left it with the brains, because he would remember it.
Yes.
So I peek out, and he's handing me the tool.
Yeah.
Grab the tool.
So you're able to grab it. Your hacking tool.
I am going to hack the OmniLock 3000.
Hacking tool. All right, excellent. So yeah, so you go up, you you pull out your little makeshift woodland iPad.
Fold.
Yeah.
Fold.
You bring out your little code cards that you
Right.
punched holes in, and yeah, go ahead and roll criminal as you
All right,
hook
here
it
we go.
into the system manually.
I have not succeeded basically at all today,
And you're gonna see like
except for the
on
most
the
mundane stuff.
as you plug it in, I mean the screen's gonna light up, and it's gonna show a whole bunch of almost matrix-like numbers kind of sliding by, and you kind of go into your mind's eye and your digitalized bear, and you're gonna have to try and break through each of these beehives.
I figure the screen's going to lock in OmniLock 3000 lock at the bottom with a big asterisk that says no one's ever broken in one before.
Yep.
Working against me!
Every new firewall looks just like a bunch of bees that you have to break through to get that humming.
All right, here we go. Both of them,
Boom.
so either one is a success.
Yep.
I have a 2 or a 3.
So go ahead and move one over to criminal.
I'm doing it.
Excellent. So yes, so you are able to hack this. It takes you some time. You're breaking through all the firewalls of bees, and finally you break through the last one. Just in time for Maude to be finished with whatever mystery happened in there.
My elbows are so smooth now.
Yeah,
There's the hiss.
You hear the clank, 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 clank as all of them begin to open. Or all the locks begin to open. And you can now open it if you so choose.
I'm gonna look back at Neil. Are they out there? Oh, it's coming back.
Can I don't know how it would work. I would like to apply cortisone cream to the doorknob so they get trapped in there.
Oh no, the guards are quote knocked out. Whatever happened in there, they no longer have the energy to stand.
Oh, okay.
Maude, are you covered in blood?
It's not blood sugar.
Okay. All right, so the guards don't come back. Perfect.
The guards do not come back.
So you don't see if you tell me you don't see the guards coming back, I'm gonna push the door open.
Yeah. So yeah,
now I see it. Right?
Yes. So
Or is
now
there another freaking door.
As you you open it, and actually, so first off, here's what happens. So you're beginning to open now. Does everybody come into the room?
Absolutely.
Yep.
So you go in. Now, as you two come in and you're finishing up, you get the doors locked and you're entering the codes to actually open the door. You're gonna see that the door behind you two, the one coming into this room, actually you hear and closes behind you.
Oh no.
Just as you
wasn't supposed to happen.
open the vault up, and you're gonna see these like kind of red lights go off. It's not an alarm system, but it's like the little lights are going off, and then they stop, and you're gonna hear a voice over the system. Well, it looks like you finally come for the score, huh? Yeah. I'm messing up my accents, but
Now, do I hear it as human speech or bear speech?
you hear it as bear speech.
So, yes, the score is ours. We did it.
Yes, yeah. So you've come for the score. Good. Go ahead. Go in there. Take it. It's yours, right? For the picking.
Oh, alright, thanks then.
No. It's clearly a trap. Start.
Bear trap?
I unlocked it. I've got the door open.
There's an ominous voice telling it that it is ours. It's not ours. There's something wrong here. Check the floor. Check the walls. Check.
You might want to hurry.
Alright.
I think the authorities are on their way.
So
There it is.
with my sense, I'm gonna. Is it honey?
Oh yeah, no, it's honey.
It's definitely
there's
honey.
a score of honey.
Okay, well the score's in there.
Alright, back at the bar. I had
Back at the bar.
a pretty bad case of athlete's foot, so I had some talcum powder in my fanny pack.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna pull it out now, and I'm gonna spritz it across the room.
Yes, good. So as you spritz it across the room, you're gonna see lines of laser wire up here.
No, this wasn't in the schematics.
Wait a minute. Where are the mirror? What did we get? Mirror pants?
In the dressing room.
They're
next to
outside the
us.
restrooms. Outside. Oh,
You had mentioned that you were gonna grab those. If you wanted to grab those, I could. 'cause-
they're in my hand. I've got
Perfect.
my mirrored pants.
Okay.
Huh.
So
All right. Cool.
Do ex machina.
I'm thinking we send Neil in. He's the one that can climb.
Neil, these are the pants, and you are only hope.
All right. Get.
So you squeeze into the
Mirror pants.
the mirror pants and clothing.
Why did you make them skinny jeans?
The very,
part
the
of
very
you-
in vogue right now.
Okay.
The sound
so-
of swishing plastic as I'm trying to.
Yeah, they're definitely made of like latex or something.
Okay, excellent. So yeah, so you squeeze into those. Go ahead. Go ahead and roll me criminal, because you can see in there the off switch to the lasers, as it is always clearly labeled. So you can just need to make it through there, and you can roll 2 dice.
Okay.
Because you both have the clothing as well as you're using your climbing ability to kind of like get all the way around.
That's a whole lot of bear.
Oh no. That's a fail.
Is there,
Oh
is
no!
there an assist function in this game? Oh, there is.
There is. So you can do a flashback.
I don't suppose you brought a reflective shirt as well.
Back in the bar, we discussed this exact issue. And of course, I included a mirrored poncho, a shirt, and a, what are they called? A bucket hat.
Gosh darn it.
So go ahead and flip
With
a
or
point.
without eyes. Cut it.
So, with that use of a flashback, you are able to make it. So it takes you a little bit, but in lights, they're hitting you and bouncing off, ricocheting in all kinds of directions. It does not trip the system. You're able to get over there and turn it off.
Ha! Screw you, ominous voice.
Oh, yeah. Very good. Looks like you've turned off the security system, and the police are only, probably about 15 minutes away.
Okay. Who brought the phone? Call Snuffles.
I've got the phone.
Call Snuffles!
I'll text him.
So you text.
Can we get a signal in here?
Yeah, you have special bear technology that you were able to acquire. So you do get a signal.
We have a blackberry.
All right, that's good. So you're able to ring Snuffles. Snuffles says that, Snuffles comes on. Snuffles in position. Are you guys about ready?
Yes, we're ready. We got police in 15 minutes, so if you can step on it, step on it.
I'm just about there. I'll be there in just a minute. As long as you guys are here by the time, we'll make it out of here alive.
So now, what was the plan to get it out of the vault? I remember somebody talking about blowing the back wall.
And there's a river right behind the storage section.
Okay.
Put
Well,
the cases in the river.
Funny thing about Pacific West miners, they don't really keep track of their dynamite.
What's that?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys don't know.
Nope. Don't have no idea what you're
Go
looking
ahead and
at.
use a point. Tell us what happened.
Well, we spent a summer in my dad owns. Actually, technically, it was up north of Washington a bit, but either way, it's been abandoned for years. And I was messing around with one of my buddies, and we knocked over a minecart, and out of a little wooden box just fell out all this dynamite. Of course, back then I wasn't struck by lightning, so I didn't know it was extremely volatile. But we got lucky, and it didn't go off. And I've just kind of kept it for X amount of time. I always do. It's like, you're always going to need dynamite someday. There's going to be a situation where it's like, you know what would be really nice? I need some dynamite.
Perfect. What do you do with it?
Well, you see, take this lighter and...
And so what you're gonna hear, you're gonna hear something like psst, and something slide really quick, and you're gonna hear the hammer of a gun cock, and you're gonna hear, "Not so fast, Bear."
No!
And you're gonna look over, and out of a secret door comes Sam Boone, blood dripping down with a makeshift little patchwork over it, gun in hand. She's wavering.
Tell me she's a lefty.
We knew you were coming. We knew you
Who's
wanted
we?
that honey.
Who's we?
You don't even know. You were betrayed.
There's three of us and one of her. Let's get her.
And then she's like holding her gun out, and she says, "Which one of you is feeling lucky today?" And she's holding her gun out, and she's waving
Neil?
it at you guys.
I've been shot once. Let's do it.
And how are you acting? As a criminal or as a bear?
I'm just going to bear charge.
Okay, so you're gonna try and attack her as a bear. So go ahead, roll bear.
Well, I failed.
Yeah. So you let out a roar and start charging at her, and as you do, she just levels the gun, blam, shoots you, hits you in the arm at just the right point in your arm and your joint that you actually stumble and tumble and fall past her as fast as you were going.
Alright. I'm gonna say, I checked my astrology in the paper today, and it said to take a risk. And I want to charge at her.
So, and she smiles big. She's like, okay, she says, "A honey badger, just what I needed." And you see she pulls her gun, levels it, blam, shoots, and you, as time slows down, you what?
I bite the bullet.
Time slows down, the bullet whizzes, it just slowly crawls towards you. You reach out, you bite it, and you just decimate the bullet, and she, grinning down, just fires another one, and you are just charging and biting bullets So you have just a mouthful of bullet shrapnel that you've been able to stop with your pure rage.
Absolutely. I'm a
Yes.
honey badger.
And then as you get close, she just tosses the gun out and pulls out a knife quicker than you think is possible. And you just go out and you two tussle and tumble. She does get a couple of cuts in. But as you do, so you're over her, you have a moment to kill her. How do you do it?
Carnage!
Yes.
Carnage.
So Carnage, go ahead, describe it.
All right. Have you ever seen someone put a tomato into a garbage disposal?
Let's say yes. So
Just add a little camouflage hat, and that's what happens.
yeah, so she goes down with a fight, but at one point you just rip into her. You rip her other arm off.
Okay.
You just
But this is
tear
exciting.
into
You know
her.
what I'm doing?
Huh.
I'm grabbing some of the honey out of one of the boxes.
No,
And I'm going to be eating while she's tearing
Yes.
it up.
So if I succeed, I go towards criminal.
No, you succeeded as a bear, so you get to take one from criminal to bear.
Okay.
Yes, so the Sam Boone has been taken down by your hand.
All right.
You have avenged
Hold up.
all of bear kind.
Point up at the voice in the ceiling. You're next, buddy.
Oh, looks like you've taken down who I hired to come after you. Good job. The cops are still on their way. You might want to get down to there quick.
Neil, can you still do it?
Uh-huh.
Do it! Give me a second.
Yeah. So you pop your shoulder back into place.
Okay.
Yeah, and you go over and you're going to go ahead and set the charge. So go ahead and roll me criminal to see if you do it correctly.
Oh, I guess I can see that. It is old and fallen out.
Yes!
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. So you do it perfectly. You look for just the right joints. You planned out before where if you put it just right, it should create a nigh impossibly perfect circle tunnel created all the way to the top. And so you set that charge, that ancient dynamite that's still perfectly usable.
From 1949.
Yeah. And you have to go all the way down. Now this is a pretty huge repository. So you blow that hole in the side.
Tell me the hole goes down the hill, not up.
Whichever you would prefer. It's a
Down the
perfectly
hill.
made
Yeah.
hole.
Down
Yes.
the hole, so we can start They're not barrels.
They're crazy.
They're like crates.
Okay.
We got it.
We got this. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why Snuffles being in the crane truck.
There we go. Snuffles bringing the crane truck. You're going to use that point. Excellent. Yeah, so you create that, and you will start to load the barrels down.
But you said they weren't
Not a
barrels. you said
barrel.
they
Oh, yeah,
crates.
sorry, the crates.
So somebody climbed through, and we can slide the crates down.
And if we
It's muddy.
put a little lighter on the sprinklers, it'll create a frictionless floor. Because the
Ah,
sprinkles is
there we go. Yeah.
Bad she wasn't the brains.
Yeah.
I cannot say a sentence.
So you're.
Fire
That's why
makes
she's
the
not the
water
brains.
go. Fire make water go good.
Fair enough.
So yeah, so
And-
you'll create some water.
Sounds
that
like
makes
wet
it-
bear in here.
Yes, it does. It smells heavily of wet bear.
Delicious.
And Sam Boone. And so yeah,
Eventually, when the water fills up and Sam flows down the
God.
Sam
into
Boone's
the river.
Sam's Boone body was never recovered. Okay, so yeah, so let me ask you this. So you guys are looking around and you see all these, crates, and you think that in order to get the big haul, it's gonna take you a little longer than 10 minutes. So what are you guys gonna do, or did you plan for this?
Of course we planned for this.
And how did you plan for this?
Well, okay then, fine. I see how you are.
For the record,
How do we plan for it, Neil? You are the brains. And as the rookie, you probably come up with all the good, well thought out plans.
And as the loser of Nose Goes, you come up with the plan.
Hey, that fancy locking mechanism. What would happen if I were to say just kind of break it?
We'd have a broken lock mechanism. What are you thinking?
It's going to be kind of hard to get the door open to a broken locking mechanism, isn't it?
That's true. That's true.
Might buy us a little bit more time.
It might. It might. What about the other side? What if they come around this outside of the building and down the hill towards the river?
Too bad Sam Boone melted away.
She's not here. She's not gone yet.
She hasn't quite flown out.
Yeah,
The water
no,
level
it's
hasn't
gonna
gotten
take
high
a
enough
little
to blow
bit.
out.
I don't believe they're going to believe armless Samboon.
Armless mauled Sam Boone.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go
Well-
with this. So wait. I got it. Flashback. So I was watching TV. I know. And this movie came on. Weekend at Bernie's.
Oh, God.
I'm thinking maybe we can do that. I can take a body, make the hands go, make the head go, and tell them to go another way.
Are you trying to weekend at Bernie's, or is she your disguise? Because
She's
how are you? Are
Bernie.
you gonna? You're gonna
Kinda
stick her
both.
back together? You only have
Kinda
one
both.
arm.
Well, that follows with her story.
Oh yeah, that does. That's fair. Yeah.
It's not like it's now just missing.
That's right. Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna grab her body and flow down the
The chute.
down the
Oh, my
chute.
goodness.
You know what? I need a little bit of pick me up. I'm gonna grab one of the jars of honey on the way out. Drink it on the way out.
That's
It's-
from your cut!
All right, we're gonna keep funneling crates out into the
As
river.
you slide down, you'll see, of course, Snuffles is waiting for you with the getaway boat.
I give him the 3 claws to the head wave, and I'm now
Sees-
taking the body in front of me and moving it one arm. I have my other hand on the back of the head so I can
Oh,
So you get oh
boy.
my
so I can pump
God.
it to the head.
So you're okay. So you have Sam Boone. You kind of, I imagined, since you pre-planned this, you had a set aside kind of mechanism to help you weekends at Bernie's.
You know what? Even better. Oh no, because I wouldn't. Realistically, I wouldn't know what to say. I've got a couple of key phrases in the recorder that I've got with me, but gotta hope I cut pieces with the hacking skills from a bunch of the YouTube videos.
That's the. If you, I mean, there's all kinds of things you could have
Give
made
me
up a
sec. I'm
pre-program.
gonna write them down so I will have them already pre-recorded. Give me just a moment.
All right, meanwhile, back inside of our locked honey area, we've got probably 3/4 of the honey rolling down the hill.
Yes, it's taking you. So at about the 10-minute mark, you guys are going down, doing it. Since you're outside, Ralph, you hear the cops pull up.
And previously, we had set up a couple people on the boat with Snuffles to load the honey as it comes down the hill.
Yes, you would pay some other. Are they all bears or
Absolutely not.
who are they?
We got a couple of chipmunks, surprisingly strong.
Surprisingly strong chipmunks.
A llama,
A llama. Excellent.
another llama,
Another llama.
14 badges.
That's a lot of badgers in one
lot of
spot.
badgers.
That's a whole lot of a whole lot of.
We don't need those
personality.
stinking badgers.
The extended
So-
family?
More grandkids.
Look, let's set the record straight right here, right now. I am nothing like them. I am a honey badger. I think, from Africa, probably. I am
I
from
don't know where honey
The
the
badgers are.
southern hemisphere, maybe.
But I think honey badger's like the only badger.
No, there's other badgers. I'm pretty sure.
There's absolutely many other
There are
badgers.
many-
We'll look that up. Yes, we'll
Like-
look
like-
that up.
We'll
Next
look at it
time,
after the game.
next
There's
time
English badges and there's North American badges. One of them is much cuter. For the record.
Okay, if I ever run anything animal based again, I'm gonna have to look up different animals. There's gonna be a whole lot more research I have to do. So yes, so you have everybody, they're loading stuff up into that boat, and so you two are rolling stuff down. Excellent. So
Okay,
Ralph.
So I have my
You-
5 pre-recorded.
So this cops have swarmed this place now. It's actually insane how many cops come out, and there's actually like an it's funny enough, there's a couple anti-bear unit cop cars there. They come out, they're in like big SWAT outfits, something to help survive a bear attack. It's strange. They look almost prepared for this. And so you'll see the chief come out, bulletproof vest, gun on his hip. All right, everyone, you take it. I need eyes over there, snipers up in that tree.
So I'm gonna come up the hill from the river. I have my my Samboon costume, basically her, in front of me. I have my arm on her right arm, which didn't get sheared off. I have my left arm held in, but on the back of her head. And then I'm using my legs to walk her legs forward.
Okay, so as people are doing that, you're gonna see the chief as he's, directing people and like getting a line of like 30 cops about ready to swarm the convention center. People are now funneling out as cops have kind of gone in and are directing people. The loudspeaker going
really
off.
Care about their honey.
Yeah, and so you'll see that the chief looks over and is like, "Mother of God, Sam Boone."
And I'm gonna nod Sam's head.
Oh gosh.
And you wave with her right arm. And then I'm gonna push the first phrase, pointing away from where we are. The bears went that way.
Go ahead and roll me criminal.
Did you?
Success.
Go ahead and move a point from bear over to criminal.
If you're gonna make me do this every time, I'm gonna
No.
trouble.
So this is you succeeded, so they're gonna believe you at least for now.
Okay,
But I've
got a couple more on here.
I gotta do this. And what's your 15? Look at that low roll. They do not they're
What
just like,
the heck?
yes. They're like, Sam, oh my God, you look tore up. We got word that you had lost an arm. Something about a beaver assassination.
So I'm gonna push,
I'm
gonna push the button on the recorder. The second thing recorded is, "Hey, big boy." I'm gonna push the button again. I've got this area covered, and I'm swinging the right arm back towards the river.
So the chief is gonna, along with the beaver, in a negligent stagehand, you got. He gets a little like, you see, blushes a little bit. Sam, not now. It looks like it tries to get away from that, and it's like, you got this covered. We were warned that there was going to be a bear attack.
And I'm gonna take her head and nod twice.
Okay, so you got this covered. Okay, so where do you, Sam? You are the authority on this, so I defer to you. Where would you like us to set up?
Right arm, I'm gonna point straight ahead, completely. So what I'm envisioning is I'm gonna be pointing towards the field exhibits, and then I'm gonna point in towards the building. So field exhibits south.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say south.
So he says, all right, Sam. All right, everybody. He gets on the loudspeaker. Everyone, go to the south. We need people over here. We need snipers. Move
And
over
I'm
here.
looking back to
Sam,
see, are they loading?
And then I'm gonna, he's also gonna say, and we need a medic for Sam.
So now this. God dang it. So I'm gonna envision I poured honey all on her back. Because otherwise, I'm gonna go down in a pile. So I'm gonna lick a bit of the honey.
Oh God. Okay.
So I can go from a 5 to a 4.
I'll allow it because
Right.
it's disgusting.
I'm going to. So he just asked me.
Yeah, he's
"Are
gonna
you okay?"
say, medic. We need a medic, and you see a medic going and getting this.
So I'm gonna rewind the tape a little bit, and I'm gonna play. I've got this, and cut it right before area covered. I'm gonna replay that. I got this, and then I'm gonna take the hand and wave.
Sam, you look. Oh, go ahead and roll. Actually, I should say before.
Yes.
Oh
Okay.
my God.
Yeah. So he's gonna say,
Barry coming in the clutch.
Sam, you look terrible, but you would know. All right, medic, belay that order. All right, we need everybody to go over there. Medic, you go that way. There might be more people injured. We heard there was something of a bloodbath in the auditorium or in the theater. So it's gonna be like, Sam, thank you.
And I'm going to try and turn the hand so the thumb kind of goes up. I figure it kind of
So
locks down.
as you turn it, he like nods, gives a thumbs up, and as he turns around, the thumb like starts to break off, and you have to kind of.
I'm going to turn it back.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to be backing up. So he's walking backwards, maybe moonwalking, but walking backwards down the hill.
So while all this is going on,
Oh my goodness.
you two are gonna be loading down the last of the couple barrels. So each of you have one barrel in hand. You're going to the slide. Neil, you throw yours down, go to reach over for Maude's, and that's when you hear a racking of a gun. And you
Oh
turn,
God,
you
not
turn
again!
around, and you turn around, and what you see is a giant grizzly bear in a full-on suit, cigar in its mouth, big scar across its right eye, holding a machine gun with a big old extra expanded clip in it. And he's gonna say, Neil, Maude, it's good to see you again.
Who is this guy?
So, this is somebody from your past. So you see the scar, somebody you had in a previous heist about 2 years ago. Now,
They did.
yes, that you two did. And Maude, you remember this bear. So this bear, who looks like posing as Otso, is false. And go ahead and tell me what job you burned him on.
Alright, number one, we didn't burn him. He burned himself.
Ah, he burned himself.
We were in the Mojave Desert. We were trying out this new thing called agave, and it was sold as a substitution for honey. So we thought, we'll go in, we'll knock over a farm, take a couple of the sprouts of agave plant. That's how they work. The sprouts, succulents. So actually,
It's a
sometimes
cactus, I think.
in the succulent community they call them pups. Irrelevant. We take the pups, we move them to a secondary location, we grow our own agave. In the middle of transporting the sprouts, the border patrol rolls up on us and says, "You can't take that. It's transporting, goods across a border." We had to leave someone holding the bag. And it was this guy, whose name isn't Utso Born. It's Chuck Federlin.
Chuck Federlin. Yes, and you remember hearing just a little bit about Chuck. He was captured by animal control, and then so he at first was going to be captured by animal control, but he actually was taken to human prison.
Oh no.
He progressed to criminal so far. He is what you all fear. He lost his bearhood and he went full criminal. And he was taken to prison. And it appears that he has broken out.
If you weren't so greedy, you wouldn't have been left there. You wanted too much, too fast.
Ah, well, I only wanted what was owed to me, Maude. I know you left me there with the bags. You used me as a patsy, and well, while I was in prison, I used that time to come up with my own plan. A plan so devious that I'm going to explain it to you right now. I decided what's a better way to get the largest haul of honey than to create a vault to store honey. Humans are so stupid. You present an idea that they can preserve things and they'll flock to you. They bring honey. But then I thought, well, I can't just take the honey, but maybe if I tricked some idiots into heisting and then blamed them for the heist by sealing them in a vault or calling the police and leaving them holding the bags as you did with me, Maude, then perhaps maybe I could get away.
You won't get away with this.
Oh no? Well, you've already loaded it all onto a very convenient barge, and well, it wasn't too hard to turn Snuffles over to my side. Yes, that's right.
No.
Maybe you should have talked to Snuffles more about his children, Maude.
I can't pretend to care about his kids. I just can't do it.
Yes, Maude, you were always one to not care. And now, it has come back to hurt you. Well, Maude, we have two options. I could, kill you now, leave you here. Oh, there was a terrible accident as these bears must have stolen the honey. Or, you can just sit here, and I can turn you in. And maybe, if you find me in the future, you can have your revenge.
You think you got away with it, but what you don't understand is that about an hour and a half ago, one of them two helped me put up a Google alert on your name when we were in the office. And I knew you got out of prison, and so we already anticipated this. And so, we've set up a countermeasure.
A countermeasure? He looks surprised. What could you possibly have done as a countermeasure?
Well, I went up and picked up Sam Boone's gun.
And he turns
Your head back.
So this is a very special gun of Sam Boone's. It has some experimental. You picked up her experimental gun.
Thanks for distracting him on.
She had the experimental bullets on her, and while they were distracted, you were able to sneak over, pick it up, and put it in.
Have I made it down?
Yes, so
I'm gonna rewind the tape, lick the last bit of honey off of her back, push the tape. Hey, big boy.
to Otto.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Hot damn.
Otto swings the gun over, looks at Sam, and says, Sam, what are you... Wait a minute. You're... And then as you go to... You have loaded... Which kind of bullet did you load? The exploding bullet?
Oh, absolutely.
The exploding bullet? The one exploding bullet?
Experimental explosive rounds? Absolutely. There's no way this could backfire.
Yeah, so you whip the gun over, aim it at Otto. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give it to you since you... Well, no, actually, no, go ahead and roll because this criminal, you are going to have to roll criminal. You can't use anything else. If you succeed... Well, actually, no. Tell me how you're going to do this, because if you roll criminal and you succeed...
You're gonna become just like him.
You may just become just like him.
Did you bring any honey?
He doesn't have time for honey.
Cinematically, that's pretty good.
Oh.
I mean, that is a lot of honey. I could just try and take it from myself.
Oh my god.
So let me say this. You could try and get some honey, but there's going to be a moment. Something might happen if you allow him time to act. Or you can act.
I don't want to ruin the game.
No, you can do whatever you want.
Wait. We can do unlimited flashbacks.
Yeah, you guys can do more flashbacks. So if there's a double or triple or
The
whatever.
downside is the flashback's gonna move you one towards criminal. Can you take it?
I can take it. So,
Okay.
we're in our bar, we're drinking our terrible alcohol,
Smoking and smoking.
and smoking.
Vaping.
I put a little box on the bar.
Table?
It's not. Is it a table?
Booth?
Yeah.
There's tables.
You
in the bar.
guys are at a table.
Irrelevant. Sorry. Doesn't matter. I put my little box. I open it. It's little tooth-shaped capsules full of honey. We all have
We all have one.
one stuck in our mouth.
Nice. Yeah, there you go. So now you have a 4. Go
So
for it.
5 goes to 4, 1 goes to 2, and you got some leeway. Nice, Maude. Very
Very
nice.
nice.
All right, so one die, right?
Capsule. No, you get let's see.
My thing with brains is I don't really know how it works for a specific thing, so I'm trying to come up with intricate
maybe
plans.
your
Yeah,
brain.
my thing is you're having to learn and use a human weapon.
You figured out the explosive bullet.
Yeah, the
Quite a
explosive
lot.
bullet. Yeah, I'm gonna give you 2 dice on this.
Oh dear God.
Yeah! So you whip it up, and as he goes,
Yeah!
he ends up just pulling the trigger, and he's blam, 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 as he goes, and you fire, and the bullets just kind of ride up next to you, and as you fire, the bullet goes out, and you see some things kind of like break off, and you'll just see this like red blinking light as it enters Otto, aka Chuck Fetterin, and he's like, no, and he just boom! You just see these like red spreading lines of fire as he just boom, bear everywhere.
Oh
Hasta
my
la
God.
vista.
And you see he's in like
Barry.
a couple of.
Give me my 1 point.
I'm gonna give you another one. All right. So yeah, so Ocho blows up internally. Now he is a grizzly bear, so there's still a part of him, so it looks like he kind of exploded out the center. And so his clothes, his human clothes have torn off. The cigar had flown away.
Blown out of his snout.
Yes. So here's how it ends. So you guys, no, because I have something wrong in my head. So he explodes. The cops are starting to swarm in. They end up making it to the front of the door, and you hear like fire start to burn. They're trying to break into the Impenetrable vault. They're attempting to, but you have broken the code pad. So yes. So you slide down to try and make it to the boat. As you get to the bottom, you make it, and you get to the river just in time to see off in the distance Snuffles has made it away with the load.
No!
And you look and you'll see Snuffles is on the back of the boat and just kind of gives you
Three
little
claws?
yeah,
Oh,
3 claws.
From the head to the hair.
And he leaves.
No.
Now, you all, there's distraction enough that you're all able to make it away. And you haven't made it into the heist. Cut to 1 year later. You have spent 1 year planning. You have found out where Snuffles is, where he's hiding, what he's doing, and you have found a way to get that haul back. So, I want all of you to tell me, where is Snuffles? What's he doing with the haul? And how do you get your revenge? Because you want that haul and you get it. You succeeded, it just took you a little bit longer. So how do you get revenge on Snuffles?
Alright, I'll do where. He's in Antarctica. And he's in a giant underground ice cave.
Giant underground ice cave in Antarctica. Excellent.
And the other 2 questions were...
What is he doing? And how do you get your revenge and collect the honey?
Which one do you want, Ty?
I'll go with how to get the revenge, I guess.
Okay, so what's he been doing is mine.
Mm-hmm.
So what he's been doing is he's been trying to figure a way to do something with the haul. He wants more. Snuffles is not satisfied with what he got. There's got to be more. So what he's been doing is he's been working on experimental honey pops. He's trying to get those into the market, see if he can push those forward, and quadruple his money on these. So that's the reason for him being in Antarctica, because nobody makes icicles in the Arctic.
Okay. And what have you done to get revenge? How do you get revenge?
How do we
get
get the
that
ice
honey?
back, right?
Yeah.
We gotta get back in there. Neil's Kodiak Island dream getaway has just been ruined. So, for years, he's been gathering intel on this massive underground snow fortress, snow cave.
Yeah.
And while he's been working on his own way to poison his little honey supply,
Yeah.
his
We want the honey. 'Cause
it's
along
all
the
been
way, we're all
tainted.
working together.
It's been tainted. We're gonna destroy it all. We've got other.
Oh. All right. Go for it.
Hey, that's my plan. I'm almost max criminal, so I'm going with full revenge mode on this.
Okay.
Alright.
There we go.
Screw making money off of this. I want everything that Snuffles has done to us just ruined and connived.
I'm going to say you went full criminal. This took you over. You have gone full criminal.
In the bar, when we meet up, it's just like the slow realization. It's like, oh, Neil's
You
gone.
used us, Neil.
Neil's gone.
Oh my god. The rookie turns to mastermind.
All right. You spent this
I'll
year.
get him. I'll show him.
All right. And that's it. So, did you want to describe how you got him, or is that for another
Oh, wait.
time? That's what I was saying. So you said you went full evil genius. Well,
I didn't realize that we were actually just going to say we already did it. I thought we were setting up for a potential another bear heist.
Oh no, you won't be joining us.
yeah.
Neil.
Well, Neil, do you want to give us an ending?
Well, as I'm standing over the vats of honey, the other two are working on getting the doors open, and I slowly drip the vial in. And it's like, ha ha ha, Snuffles, you'll never know. Our plan's already gone awry, but my plan went perfectly. And as everyone else makes their escape, I look back on the snow cave, and it's like, all of your plans will fall to ruin.
All right. So, more the slow burn then.
Mm-hmm.
You have
As he goes to put out his market, and he does get it to market.
So you allow him to look for his dream, and then you decimate him by poisoning.
That's pretty good.
By poisoning the entire honey pop selection.
Yeah, so everybody, which is actually interesting on its own. Yeah,
Because it kills so many people.
Everybody who was going. So, cut to the next few weeks. People are dying of a mysterious ailment that nobody
From a
understands.
brand new
Yeah.
product in the market,
Yeah,
the honey pot.
Yeah, and it takes them a while to realize the honey pot is killing everybody. This product, and Snuffles' empire is brought to ruin before he's finally found.
Chuck Fetterman.
Yeah.
The Chuck Fetterman project goes down the tube.
Yes. Oh my god. Okay, so thousands upon thousands, if not 100,000 people die from this honey pot as he is brought to ruin and eventually taken to jail. And he is then thus executed, let's say, for crimes against humanity.
He's extradited back to
Yeah.
North Dakota.
Extradited back to North Dakota.
Which, by the way, is that a state that still has the death penalty?
I don't know. I don't know, but you know what? I'm gonna
North
say
Dakota, pipe in with us.
Oh, but
They make an exception.
We're sorry.
No, so
So
as if anybody loads up, North Dakota is one of the largest producers of honey. Honey crimes are taken very seriously.
Yep,
in
it's
North
like
Dakota, so
stealing
he's
a horse
extradited
meal
to somewhere in North Dakota and promptly executed in the proper fashion, being covered in honey and mauled by bears. The point is, your revenge was complete. It was just drawn out a little bit.
Final epilogue.
Mm-hmm.
You remember the guy that was inside the auditorium? He had the anti-bee.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking at the TV one day, bedraggled, cigarette in his mouth, drinking his last beer, and he's like, "Oh my God! I told you! I knew it! Conspiracy!"
Fade to black. All right. Well, thank you everybody for
All
listening.
right.
That was Honey Heist. I hope you enjoyed it. Look forward to the next one we do.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks,
All right.
Pedro.
Well,
Thank
everyone's
you,
signing
Pedro.
off.
Thank you for listening to another NCRP Productions podcast. To stay on top of everything we're doing, you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and like us on Facebook, all at NCRP Productions. You can show your support and help us continue to produce content by joining our Patreon. We offer additional podcasts like our B-sides and have GM materials, maps, and other fun things you can discover over time. You can find our podcasts on YouTube, Anchor, Spotify, Apple, Google, and many other fine podcast sites. Just look for us at NCRP Productions. We value your thoughts, so please don't hesitate to leave us feedback or comments. And if you would like to contact us directly, you can email us at ncrpproductions@gmail.com.